Pittsburgh. Orlando. Chicago.
That's Chicago.
I believe it's in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's there?
It's warm. Cincinnati. Columbus.
Not Columbus. That's enough time. You're out of time.
Dallas Stars?
Dallas Stars. You know what? For that,
Minnesota?
you get this T-shirt right here.
Thank you.
That's the answer to our question of the week. The Cleveland Barons franchise is now in Dallas.
Just got a man in front. Oh, what a save there by Levine. And he got another one. Kind of got in front. High in the spot. Barry winds up. He scores. That's center right by Barry. Moving right in. Took the shot. He scores.
What a great play.
Glenn Barry, his second goal of the night.
The Jacks battle the Orlando Solar Bears Friday at 7:30.
This is Rick Hayward from the Cleveland Lumberjacks. Catch us right here on Sports Channel all season.
In only their third year of existence, the Charlotte Checkers were crowned kings of the East Coast Hockey League, sweeping Jacksonville in 4 straight games to capture the Riley Cup. Tonight, from the beautiful Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the 5th annual ECHL All-Star Game featuring the Checkers against a team of All-Stars from the coast. Welcome to the 1997 Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game from Charlotte, North Carolina. We welcome you tonight to a game that could be a different one. This one featuring the defending Riley Cup champion Checkers against the compilation of All-Stars from up and down the coast. And Sam, I think we have a chance to see an intense game, which would be an aberration in terms of games we've seen in the past.
The nice thing about it is this is the defending champions of the East Coast Hockey League. There's only 7 members of that team left. But one member is coming out of retirement to play tonight, and that's the assistant coach for the Checkers, Sean Wheeler, which really kind of shows you the intensity that the Checkers want to come out and play. And also Nick Patusi, who had been called up to Binghamton, said, I want to come back for the All-Stars, and he'll start and goal tonight. So I think that speaks volumes for the Checkers. They know they're in for quite a skate tonight against the best in the East Coast Hockey League, but I think they'll bode themselves quite well tonight.
Really glad to have you along tonight, Dan Kamal, with Sam Smith, who is the play-by-play voice of the Charlotte Checkers. Is this team going to come out and show some intensity early? Do you think the Checkers will play it as a regular season game?
I think they will, and I think there may be one of the underlying figures of this whole game itself is the fact that Checkers have played together. They have not played as well as John Marks would like to have them, but they have had that chemistry already established. We have 20 skaters who, for the most part, have not seen each other, and 2 goaltenders for the All-Stars. How well they come out will be a real key in tonight's game. But another thing, 12 penalty minutes last year, a record in an All-Star game. In the All-Star game last year, we may see that in the first period. I think there'll be some hitting. John Marks said at the banquet last night, maybe the first time that happens in an All-Star game.
Now, the coaches tonight are John Marks, of course, for the Checkers, the defending champions. It's Rick Vye for the All-Stars by virtue of the fact that the Carolina Stingrays have the best percentage in the East Coast Hockey League team. And I'll tell you what, Sam, even though Rick may not be familiar with all the players on his team, we know for a fact that he's familiar with one of them, and that would be Mike Ross, who's the second leading scorer in the East Coast Hockey League.
Well, he trails Jim Brown of Knoxville by only a point with 65 points. More importantly, he's the top goal scorer in the East Coast Hockey League with 35. He centers a line that's just dynamite down at South Carolina. If he can find the same wingers on left and right with that same kind of chemistry, that could be tough for the Checkers. Mike Ross is truly a great All-Star here tonight.
You talked about Nick Patusi. If there is a legend in this league, and there probably are several, he would certainly qualify.
He did indeed, with 39 wins last year in the championship run, and was named the most valuable player of the playoffs. He's the all-time winning goaltender in the history of the East Coast Hockey League with 183 victories. He's a guy that owns 4 East Coast Hockey League championships, an intense competitor, and I think there will lie one of the keys. He'll play the first period and a half, and then Ken Shepard will finish the game for the Checkers.
Let me ask you this. Now, Carolina and Charlotte have an intense rivalry. Will that spill over today between Rick and John?
I think it probably will just a little bit, but more than just a kind of kibitzing across the glass. No more than that. I think they realize this is an all-star game. They've had a good time, and they hope to do more here tonight at the all-star game.
Well, Mark Miller is the play-by-play voice of the Raleigh Ice Cap. He's downstairs with Rick Vive. Let's send it down to Mark Miller. Mark?
Thanks, Dan. Talking now with Rick Vive, the coach of the All-Star team. First time ever with this format. They're taking on the Charlotte Checkers tonight. And, Rick, what type of intensity or excitement are you able to get out of the guys?
Well, I mean, it's kind of tough. I mean, it's really a nothing game in a sense that there's no 2 points at stake. But I think there's far more than that at stake for these guys, and that's what I tried to impress upon them was that there's people watching these guys tonight. There's scouts in the building, and it's a chance for them to showcase their talents and maybe get that opportunity they're looking for to get to that next level. Or who knows? I mean, maybe a possibility for one of these guys to do what a couple of guys from our league did and go right to the National Hockey League. So there is a lot at stake.
Now, do you have to put any kind of strategy into this game, or do you let the players play?
I mean, I'm just going to let them play. You do this all year. You plan strategies and so on and so forth. Give them a little insight on how Charlotte plays. But basically, guys, you're all great hockey players, or you wouldn't be here. So use your talent, use your smarts, and go out and do what you do best. And I think we'll come out all right.
Is there anything or anyone in particular we should look for to do something special tonight?
Well, I think if you look at all of them, you're looking at any of them at any point in time could do something special. Certainly, I guess might be a little biased, but Mike Ross has played exceptionally well this year for us, and he's a leading scorer in the league. So, I look at him to use his speed and possibly make some nice moves out there, but there's a lot of talented hockey players on that ice.
Thanks, Rick, and congratulations on your selection.
Thanks a lot.
Let's throw up back to Dan and Sam upstairs.
All right, thanks very much, Mark. Mark Miller with Rick Vive. Sam, let's go right to the keys of this game. For the All-Stars, what do you see?
Well, I think the All-Stars, we mentioned the chemistry has to be a real key. There's 20 skaters, for the most part, haven't seen each other. They got to gel. Most of the times in an All-Star game, you don't play much defense. The All-Stars, I believe, have to tonight. And they'll have to come in, I think, as Rick Vive said, with some pretty good intensity in this game tonight. For the Charlotte Checkers, it will not be an inboard-to-inboard game. They cannot afford to get running here tonight. For the All-Stars, tempo will be important to slow it down. Goaltending, I mentioned Bertuzzi along with Shepard, real keys, and they too, I think, will have to play with intensity. Going to be a great crowd here tonight, and I think that may be the key to the whole game tonight.
They are looking for a record-breaking crowd for the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. We're coming right back with our look at the goaltenders. You're watching Fosstone Productions coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
When there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Your business can send you practically anywhere at a moment's notice. We offer nearly 5,000 flights a day.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T? That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T One Rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home. To anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere. And I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT. You'll get one one low rate, plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T. So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome. The one-rate plan, excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T. One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Welcome back to Independence Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina for the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game featuring the All-Stars and the Charlotte Checkers. And we talked about this one maybe being a different game, kind of a different twist. We're looking at Frederick Beaubien, Sam. Unusual that he's starting. He's a replacement for Sylvain Dague of the Mississippi Seawolves, who have been called up. Beaubien's record is so-so this year, and a bit of a surprise, at least from my standpoint, that he's starting.
Well, it is. He's a 1993 draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings and played with Phoenix all last year, getting a 13-9-6 record and splitting the time, as you mentioned, with Dague. And quite an honor for him to be the replacement. Nick Fatusi on the opposite end. Again, he's been called up to Binghamton. He went up, and Kenny Shepard came down. 9-4-2. You see the number, 3.85. Nick Fatusi, again, the all-time leader in victories once again in the East Coast Hockey League.
The officials tonight, Ian Walsh is the referee. The linesmen, Norm Everly and Pete Wicklum. It's got to be a kick for those guys as well. A lot of these officials that come through here training for the NHL, like many of the players are and coaches are. And look at what we think is going to be a record-sized crowd for an East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. This is the 5th annual. And we're getting set here. There's the fire puck that we'll be seeing tonight, and you get an idea of between the fire puck and the electric orange uniforms that the Charlotte Checkers are wearing. We're going to check the energy bills around Charlotte after this one.
Well, the big eye looks like it's going to be well lit tonight, and this will be interesting to see how this shows up here at the Independence Arena. And, of course, we're delighted we can kind of share that with the viewers tonight. It's going to be fun.
All-Star games are supposed to be fun. We're wondering if this one will be a little more intense than usual. Here we go. It is the Checkers with it. Puck across. Sayer driving it in for Charlotte. And Wheeler, who is activated, centers one. It's loose in front and shot deflected wide. Chasing it is Robbins. Throws it across. Sayer trying to keep it in at the left point. It's back at center ice, and the Checkers will regroup there. That's Noren. This is the starting lineup from last year's championship group. As Noren dumps it in, Stars sending it right back out. The puck is head-manned along, and Chris Velasevic rolls one in. That was offside. Check that. No offside. Thought we heard a whistle here. Back go the Checkers. Noren in left wing looking for Wheeler. Wheeler playing it along the left boards, and it was stolen away, and Bashirov able to steer it out neutral zone. Wheeler dumps it back in, and starting it out, Mickey Ellick. Ellick leading goal scorer for defensemen in this league. Puck is thrown in. It's spun around by Jason Gladney of Toledo. And the Checkers forecheck well. In the corner along the left wing side, J.F. Obey. Now back out high. Bolton throws it down low. Obey chases along with Kimby Daniels, the former Flyers draft pick. But again, it's the Stars digging it out. And out comes Chinchukov for the All-Stars. Puck behind and spun back around. Vitusi out kept in right side. Stolen away by Bolton. And the rookie tough guy will dump it along, but that is a two-line pass, and play is whistled down.
Yeah, the key at J.F. Obey's an interesting story. He was with this club up until the playoffs last year. He had some classes at Northeastern. He had to go back to finish his degree and missed the playoffs last year. He's back with 50 points and is quite a player on the left wing for Matt Robbins, who you'll see later tonight. Kimby Daniels, by the way, in that same line that was out there, is the only other player that was with the club, along with those 6 starters you saw tonight, that won the championship.
That's priorities, isn't it, when you go back to finish your degree? He could qualify for an NCAA position, I think. Connick just down for this one. He's a rookie from Harvard. Sends it along. Stars trying to dump it out. The puck is steered out neutral zone. Kenny's on it there for Charlotte. And drops it back along. Picked up by Gould. Now Elder bangs at it at center ice for the All-Stars. Chinchukov unable to pick it up. And it's the Checkers at center. Matanic throws it across. Puck steered ahead too far for Connick. And back is Jim Brown, leading scorer in the East Coast Hockey League. Puck stolen away. Stepping in, Brown in front, and Beaubien made the save. Rebound is there. And a shot by Pomachos are checked set by McCanny was stopped as well by Beaubien. Big flurry there by the Checkers. And now the Stars able to lift it out. Gladney dumping to center. But it's Kenny driving it right back in. Phelps back to get it for the Stars. Out come the All-Stars. Noren checks at center, but Manning eludes that. Drops it along. Palmacher trying to move it in, right wing side. Nice break up there by Sayre. Wheeler trying to move it out. Right to left at center ice. Wheeler poke checked away. Puck loose at center. Noren is on it. Nothing hockey game. Just about 3 minutes into it. Noren hits the break. Throws it in front. It's loose now behind. And it's picked up by the Stars, Kevin Hoffman. And we have a little traffic in front. And Wheeler right in the middle. We'll be right back. You're watching Foxhound production coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Your calendar is filling up every weeknight with people who make you laugh.
Make you scream.
And make your day.
Each weeknight on A&E, there are people with new ideas.
New deals.
And deal makers.
You can spend your time with beautiful people.
Electric personalities.
Even famous electricians.
For a nightly date that's good for the soul.
Turn to Biography with host Karen Stone. Saturdays at 8, 7 Central on A&E. It's time well spent with Continental Cablevision.
Are you having trouble containing your containers and you can never find that matching lid? Introducing Nestum, the newest development in storage containers. The lids store right inside to save space. And only Nestum has the all-new triple lock top. You get a complete 12-piece set for just $19.95. Order now and we'll include a $5 factory rebate. That's right, just $14.95 with rebate. Nestums are freezer and dishwasher safe and come with a lifetime warranty. To order this 12-piece set of Nestums for just $14.95 with rebate, call 1-800-257-5700.
Nothing, just over 3 minutes into it. Sam, some good work in front by the Checkers.
And we're also seeing some pretty good checking as the Checkers try to throw it out in front with Scott Curtin. And this is one of the things the Checkers wanted to do against the All-Stars. Right on top of it in a backhand save by Beaubien, and finally finds a handle on it back there. Not before, however, Connick got a second shot at it and finally deflected away. Good pressure by the Checkers out in front of the All-Star goal.
Good effort by Brad Connick. McCanny forechecking as well. Curtin with a good job also on that line. It's 0-0, and face off in the left offensive circle of the Checkers. It's Noren taking it for Charlotte. Wins it back to Sayre. Through traffic. Score! Kurt Sayre just flipping one through a screen, and the Checkers lead this one 1-0.
One of the keys to keeping pressure on is how well the guys play on the point. Checkers have had a great deal of success on the points as Kurt Sayre, one of the hardest shots on this club, just simply puts it on goal, and that's the big key. The draw comes in with Noren, and there is Sayre. Flips it in. Not a hard shot, but again, it caught the defender, and of course the goaltender right out in front. Got him screened, and they get an early goal for the Charlotte Checkers, lifting this crowd at the Big Eye.
The goal comes at 3:12. It's 1-0. Charlotte leading the All-Stars. And the All-Stars with it. Metropolitan of the Pensacola Ice Pilots dumping it in. Chasing is Eric Royal. Puck is stolen away, and headman. Out comes Matt Robbins. Left wing side. Shot from a tough angle by Bolton. Spins around, and back come the Stars. That's Metropolitan. His headman pass was blocked at center ice. Metropolitan waiting for Jablonski to get back on side. Then the puck stolen away. And loose at center. Robbins taps it ahead. And the Checkers throw it in. Royal lost it to Robbins. Robbins breaking down low. Around the net he goes. It's stolen away. And picked up by Darren Maloney. Off Peoria. Now to Metropolitan. Looking for a trailer, but nobody there. And Robbins back checks nicely and takes control. Puck loose. Eshkirov trying to move it in for the Stars. Bolton flips one along, and Robbins has it at center. He'll dump it in, and a full change now by Charlotte. 15:40 to go here in the first. 1-0 Checkers leading it in the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star game. In comes Bashkirov. Drop pass. Taylor's there. Stolen away. And back comes Curtin. Right wing drive. And that one whistles high and bounces along the glass and up into the seats for the whistle. as Kurt really flying tonight.
Well, he's flying, and another thing, Dan, I think the Checkers are doing, and it's kind of frustrating the All-Stars at the moment. They're trying to stand them up at the blue line, but once they get to the top of both the face-off circles, you're seeing everybody get locked up. That's one of the keys. It sprung the puck loose and getting some odd man rushes for the Charlotte Checkers, and the All-Stars cannot afford to do that. Remember, key number 2, play some defense. They got to start doing that.
Not supposed to need to play defense in an All-Star game. Right wing side, that was Bacana, who's just back from a broken hand. Wrist shot from the left side. Daniels, and Beaubien had to be quick to smother that one, and he holds on for the whistle. You're mentioning Rapana makes a big difference on the back line for Charlotte.
He does indeed, and in fact, he's one of the bigger guys that you'll find, and he likes to get in the slot. He was just cleared by the doctors today, and anytime you get him inside and trying to battle in that slot, he's a guy that's certainly going to be well felt in this All-Star game tonight. A big guy, standing 6'2", weighing about 205.
Brad Connick will take the draw for Charlotte against Mike Ross, and that's Velicevic with it for the All-Stars, trying to spin it around and out, and it's kept in momentarily. Now Bashkirov circles for the Stars, showing his speed into the zone, looking for Ross. Puck rolls wide and behind, and Ross is on it. He's ridden by Connick, but Ross manages to play it down low for Taylor. Taylor centers one, shot, score! Bashkirov for the Stars, and it's a 1-1 hockey game at 5:10. Andrei Bashkirov ties it at 1.
Dan Bashkirov is a great story, and in fact, he came to the Charlotte Checkers in year number 1 with Sergei Bernikov, both coming from Russia. John Marks was told by the league he was going to be a veteran. He had to trade him away, and now he's come to become an All-Star. He likes to move the puck around, and you'll see him. Look who centered it out in front. It's going to be Mike Ross, and again, Bashkirov works, and Batusi again beaten to the short side.
And we have a 1-1 hockey game here. First period action, 14:10 to go, and the Stars with it. It was Bashkirov answering the goal by Sayre. And it's Jason Gladney dumping it along. Puck is rolled by Brown in front. Phelps wrister that hit the post. And Brosso has it for Charlotte. Cuts it in the middle. Dumping it in. Left wing corner. Phelps will chase behind. Noren forechecks. Keeps it alive. Puck loose again. And this time picked up by Elders. And he finds a lane and clears it out. Now on it is Brown, leading scorer in the league. Wrist shot blocked down by Gould, picked up by Shunchikov. Throws it in front. Save Batusi on the tip attempt by Elders. A shot, and Batusi got a piece of that one. Now Matani has it for the Checker. Rolls it along. Brosso. Now Noren busting it through, and then he is sweep checked off the play by Gladney. Back in the Checker zone, head man past Matani, looking for Noren. But intervening for the Stars was Hoffman of Raleigh. Hoffman played the last 3 years in Japan. Puck back out, neutral zone, that's Sayre. And rolled along, trying to step it in, Obey. Obey circling at the point, but the puck is rolled back out. Player Manning chased for the Stars, but Robbins has it to Sayre, and the Checkers on it. Sayre looking for Obey. Graduate of Northeastern University. Coming it in left wing side, Robbins. He threw it across. Robbins chases, but Pometer dumping it to center. Colin Miller there, wristing one in. Batusi out of the net to play it along. Pometer chases. Colin Miller is there. And now Manning down low. Centers one. Pometer's shot didn't get through. Miller is there for the All-Stars. And Miller pulls down Sayre. No call. Puck loose. And in the slot, Miller's shot deflected to the left boards where Obey has it. And dumped it along for the Checkers. Billup, right wing side, Pometer trying to squeeze by. Puck loose, Metropolitan chasing in the corner. Robbins there for the Checkers. Loose again, Bolton. Good forechecking pressure here by the Stars, but Dumas now collects it at center, and the Stars have to regroup. Puck sent along, Metropolitan offside, and we'll be right back. We are tied at 1, first period. This is Fosstone Production coverage on the ECHL on your regional sports network.
with us.
I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Welcome back to the ECHL All-Star Game. Mark Miller with Don Clausen, the inventor of the Fire Puck. A little added technology. The glowing light you're seeing is the invention of this man. And Don, how long has the Fire Puck been out there?
Well, it's been about 4 years. We worked on it with the National Hockey League a little bit. And a couple years ago, we were with the International Hockey League, a couple of games there. And so it's been about 4 years altogether. But I've had the idea about 20 years ago, actually. My son was playing hockey, and I started making a few pucks up at that time and proved the point at that point in time, but didn't really do anything until I met a guy on a plane, sportscaster like yourself. Talked to him about it, and so that's kind of I got it going.
How did you get involved in this game?
Well, hockey, I mean, I'm from Minnesota. Everybody plays hockey. I played sandlot hockey, so to speak. You know, that's why. So my son played hockey.
Best of luck with the puck.
Thank you very much.
Don Clausen invented this Fire Puck right here. Let's go back upstairs to Dan and Sam.
Sam, I guess it's not hot to the touch. I mean, Mark seemed to be holding it comfortably there.
It looks like it's certainly glowing, that's for sure. It is an interesting way to watch the hockey match. And it'll be interesting to see some of the slap shots and see exactly what puts a little streak on it, so we'll find out what happens there.
I did a game with that Fire Puck a couple of years ago, and one of those rare situations where the puck got caught in the pad, looked like a beacon coming out of the goalie's leg pad. The Checkers are able to clear it out on a good play by Ellick, and chasing it along, Kimmy Daniels avoids the icing, throws it across. And Connick was there, but out come the Stars. On it is Eric Royal. Now it's chipped along by Jablonski, the brother of Pat Jablonski of the Montreal Canadiens. Puck loose along near side. Kimby Daniels, who has a 4-goal game this season, spins it back, but Royal is there. Looking for Jablonski, the shot. And Vitucci, about head high, makes the save and holds on.
Well, that's exactly what Nick likes to do. You hear, of course, stand-up goalies, down-low goalies. He is a little bit of both. He likes, of course, to go low. One of the things he's been working with several goaltenders with the Charlotte Checkers to try to get them to go a little lower, but he's a guy that has good instincts. He's still got at 29 years of age, so great reflection and, of course, reflex to the puck, and certainly a good point there. You mentioned Jablonski. The Checkers will be playing a young man with the name of Jake Deadmarsh. His brother Adam Deadmarsh plays for, of course, the Avalanche of Colorado, the defending champions. He'll be out skating on one of the ships shortly.
The family affair here tonight. 11:09 to go, first period. We are tied at 1. Taylor looking for Bashkirov, who has the goal for the Stars. Spun back out to center ice, and Lance Brady, 4th-year pro with Birmingham, plays it along. It's lifted in by Bashkirov, and Gould tries to clear for the Checkers. It's kept in. Bashkirov moving in, tries to center one. It was blocked off. Bashkirov is there again. Left side, spinning, looking. Dumps it along. Sean Wheeler is able to clear it back for Charlotte. Wheeler, the player assistant, I guess, is accurate now, but he's reactivated himself. Norrin is there for Charlotte, but the puck is stolen away by Mike Ross of the Carolina Stingrays. He dumps it along for Taylor. Taylor, a Richmond Renegade, lost it. Back comes Norrin for Charlotte. Ahead to Wheeler. Trying to spin those wheels, but Bashkirov is very quick and gets back to check him off the play. Taylor there for the Stars, and he weaves his way out of his own zone. It's 1-1, 10-10 to go, first period. Taylor driving it in. A knuckle puck bounces behind, and it's picked up by Deadmarsh.
Even the Fire Puck can't help that shot.
Boy, it's a glowing knuckle puck. That would give a goaltender fist. Sayer trying to shovel one along the Tanny. Now finding Obey. Taps it along the left wing offensive board. Puck is dug out, and the Stars are on it. Chinchukov is in. Right wing side. Brown centers one. Tip. Save Vitucci, and he holds on. That puck was behind him, and Deadmarsh was able to freeze it there, and then Nick found it.
Well, when you take a look at the All-Stars, the one thing we're seeing here now, about midway through the first period, they're starting to move the puck around. Look how well and crisply they're passing the puck. You see Vitucci knocking it down, Deadmark right on top of it, but because I tell you, Gladney had a point-blank shot right in front of Nick Vitucci already. Good night on the save. 6 shots on both ends.
9.5 to play now in the first. As we look down low, it'll be Robbins taking the draw. It's won by the Stars. Right point drive, Phelps save by Vitucci. Centering pass, and falling down as he took the shot was Jason Elders. Another centering pass. Brandy the drive. That one went wide, and it's picked up by Sayer of the Checkers. Edman's along. On it now is McCanny. He'll drive it in for Charlotte. 9:13 to play in the opening period. Tied at 1. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith and Mark Miller. Glad to have you along. Puck stolen. Obey. Right side shot. Score! Darcy McCanny on the feed from J.F. Obey. It's 2-1 Checkers.
Darcy McCanny's a little guy out of North Dakota. He skated briefly with the Checkers, went back to finish up his senior year as well last year. Was not added to, of course, the roster. Great feed by J.F. Obey. That's been one of his fortes as well. 22 goals, now 23 assists for the regular season, and McCanny cannons it by. And Boldier never had a shot at that one. A great feed by Obey.
He shot at top shelf where you go only when you're on an expense account. And it's 2-1 Checkers. Kemper now to Ellis. Dumps it center ice, but Stars are right back in. Left wing drive. Palmacher went wide, and it's picked up by the Checkers. Brad Connick ahead looking for Curtin. Puck stolen away by Palmacher of the Stars. 2-1 Charlotte lead. Now right wing side. Kimby Daniels trying to work it along for the Checkers. Checkers continuing to put some pressure on in the offensive zone. Puck is dug out now by Billick. Stolen by Daniels, trying to step it around Hoffman. He couldn't do it. And the puck back neutral zone. Chasing it along is Ellis. Leading goal scorer for defenseman with 17 in the East Coast halfway season so far. Puck thrown in. Daniels the lone forechecker for Charlotte. Puck is picked up by Jablonski. And out come the Stars. Eric Royal. Right wing pass. That's Dumas. Stolen away by Bolton. He has a man on the right wing side, and just a shade too far for the onrushing David Brosso. Puck loose behind. North looking to work it out high. Puck thrown in front, steered away by Beaubien on that shot by Kenny. Chasing is Bolton. Now thrown in front, it deflects on the pinball. Brosso threw it in front. Now left side, North, a shot. Beaubien got a piece of that. Good pressure by Charlotte. Puck loose, neutral zone. On it is Bolton. And trying to clear, and he did. And we will be right back. It's been a good one so far. 7:19 to go in the first 2-1. Checkers, this is Fosco production coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Jack Nicklaus's personal technique that helps straighten slices.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Dave Peltz's revolutionary technique that has even the pros putting more accurately.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Get out of sand without sweat. Greg Norman's Earth Mover secret shows you how, guaranteed. Now take 2, 3, 4, even more strokes off your game with the secrets you'll get in your free issue of Golf Magazine.
Take strokes off your game, guaranteed.
Master teacher Jim McLean's simple secrets of longer, straighter tee shots every time. Call now to get your free issue of Golf Magazine, plus receive your free Golf Magazine umbrella. Shoot lower, play better, or you don't pay. That's the Golf Magazine guarantee. Call now for your free no-obligation issue of Golf Magazine. If you decide to subscribe, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $16.97. Plus this Golf Magazine umbrella free with your paid subscription. Call now.
The Checkers lead the All-Stars 2-1 here. 7:19 to go in the first period. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith. Let's take a look at the Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine plus-minus update in the league at the halfway point. Chris Hines of South Carolina with 30, plus 34. Chris Valasevic, Louisiana with a plus 26. Chris Phelps of Hampton Roads plus 26 in solid numbers at the halfway point there.
Well, those last two very solid defensemen do a great job, and you're going to see them play any more in this particular first period because they've got to start standing the Checkers up at the blue line themselves here for the All-Stars.
Out come the Stars. Robbie Dumas at center, weaving his way in, trying to work it wide. It's Royal, ridden off by Deadmarsh. Robbins looking to avoid the traffic. Turns it the other way and looks ahead for Obey. Puck is knocked away on a good play at center ice, though, by Maloney. And in come the Stars. Metropolitan left wing pass, couldn't pick it up. Charlotte with the 9-7 edge. Shots on goal. Back come the Checkers. On the left wing side, Robbins looking to center one. Sayers there with that wrister that went wide. Wheeler the backhander save. Rebound Sayer. And I believe the net has come off its pins and play is whistled down.
I tell you what, this is one of the interesting scenarios for John Marks and the Charlotte Checkers against Beauvais, and the fact that they're getting so many rebound shots out in front. That has not been one of their fortes for this year, but here in the All-Star game, one reason, the defenseman not getting it off the doorstep. Beauvais's almost having to face everything point blank, and fortunately turns the both away there for the All-Stars.
Sean Wheeler nearly popping one in from a tough angle on the backhander.
Well, this roof would have probably come off if he'd have gotten one in there.
Sean Wheeler, a very popular figure here in Charlotte. He's the assistant coach activated for this game and may remain activated, you were telling me.
They've been skating shorthanded for about the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they have room for a veteran, so he may stay in uniform.
Headman pass. Bashkirov centers it. It's loose in the slot. Shot by Taylor. Blocked down. Now Bertucci has it. And he holds on for the faceoff. What a rush there by the Stars.
You know, we made mention about Valasevic, number 42, for the All-Stars. He was there with the second rebound as Nick Bertucci was able to knock it down. And that's the kind of game that Rob and also the other Valasevic, Chris, having to play. And again, you saw Valasevic right out in front. Bertucci knocked one down. He knocked another one down. That was a quality shot for the All-Stars that does not go because of that man right there.
Nick Bertucci with the save. And play on, and Sayer on it for the Checkers along the curtain, pass too far. Picked up by Ross. Valasevic, you were mentioning Valasevic. He had 14 shots in one game this year.
Oh, my.
Ross centering one. Bashkirov couldn't get there. Valasevic chases with Connick. Puck picked up by Taylor. Now, radius shot, and that was tipped up off the glass. And Sayer chases. He and Taylor collided. A little jousting there.
Oh, they've seen each other before, that's for sure.
Kimby Daniels picking it up and turning. Nice move, trying to move it around Bashkirov, but then lost it. And Bashkirov, the shifty one, is in. Left wing pass, Valasevic looking for Bashkirov. Tip save, Bertucci, and he holds. What a stop that was. And he keeps his team on top by one.
Now, just another one of those get a shot on goal. Certainly Valasevic did. And one thing that Bashkirov is well known for, of course, A is his strength, B is his pretty good quickness. And I tell you what, he's a guy that really has kind of a nose for the puck. If he has one fallacy, most of the Russian skaters have it when they get here. He overhandles the puck. That time right down the slide at a quality shot. Nick Bertucci rising up again here for the Charlotte Checkers.
Face off between Noring of the Checkers. And it'll be Jim Brown taking it. Noren wins it. Rapana hits the brakes, tries the other direction for Charlotte. Ahead Noren, looking to headman. It's loose at center. Ellick is there to spin it along. Elders, Jason Elders. Now it's picked up by the Stars. Alex Chunchikov. Puck loose at center and trying it back in his own zone is Phelps to try to set it up for Gladney. Back to Phelps it goes. Talking to Barry Trotz, the coach of the Portland Pirates at practice today. Very high on Chris Phelps.
Phelps is a guy that plays very, very well. He's a guy that is the leader of their club, in addition to having that great plus-minus of a plus 26. But again, when it comes down to what Hampton Roads need, it's leadership, and they certainly have it with Chris Phelps, a very deserving All-Star.
Rapana rolling it along. It's steered ahead by Matani, who has a goal for the Checkers tonight. At this point, the go-ahead goal in the game. It's 2-1 Charlotte, 4.5 to go here in the opening period. Really glad to have you along. It's the East Coast All-Star game, and the puck is rolled in. Beaubien steers it away, and out come the East Coast All-Star. It's Palmenter looking to swing it wide, slowed down by Gould on a good defensive play by the rookie out of Providence College, and the puck is rolled back through. And picked up by the Stars. Bo Billick stolen away, but it rolled away from Brosso. Back out neutral zone. A little holding and hooking going on. No calls yet in this one. Hoffman rolls it along. And Billick picked it up, threw it back across, and it deflects up and into the bench. And we will be right back. 2-1 Checkers. You're watching Potsdam Productions coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
What is a low fare, really? It means more than 49 or 99 bucks. It's 22 Nelsons together in one place at last. It's a history book come to life. It's flying to the seafood instead of having the seafood fly to you. That's why at Southwest Airlines, they're called Freedom Fares. And why anytime you want to spread your wings, we'll have a fare that says you can.
At the back stick, here comes Lofton. With the stop, the ball free. Oh, blocked by Marinero. Actor to the goal. No! They're crucified again. They're crucified again. But here we go.
It's a 2-1 hockey game. The Checkers leading the All-Star Sam. The East Coast have been making headlines for years now, particularly this year.
And when you want the headlines, of course, Hockey Inc. is the one to get it. In the East, Hampton Roads with 57 points. South Carolina's edge in the winning percentage. Columbus playing well in the north, and down south, Birmingham with 52 points. Don't forget 1-800-446-2594 for your subscription of Hockey Inc.
Centering pass. Rolled right on the stick of David Brosso, and he tried to slide it in. Puck is loose at center. Checkers leading it 2-1. We're winding it down here in the opening period of the 5th annual East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. The Checkers leading it, and Deadmarsh picks up the loose puck behind. J.F. Obey tapping it along, blocked off by Pomacher, but Obey's back on it. And slides it along. That's onside, moving in. Backhander score! David Brosso! And the Checkers lead it 3-1.
What a sensational play by David Brosso, young man who played major junior hockey in Quebec last year. He came to the Charlotte Checkers with, of course, some great credentials, and is just in the last week or so really started to pick up this game. He comes with a forehand, back with a backhand, and finally puts it in on a second try. Beaubier caught point blank by an outstanding player in David Brosso. Hey, look at that fire puck as it hits nothing but the bottom of that net. Good look at David Brosso.
And a very nice headman pass to Spring Brosso, and it's 3-1 Charlotte. The goal coming at 16:56.
Connick, by the way, playing defense in his first game for the Checkers with that assist on the play to Brosso.
And the puck loose and frozen behind the Stars net with 2:54 to go here. So the Checkers taking the 1-0 lead. The Stars tying it up, but back-to-back goals now by McCanny and Brosso, and the Checkers lead the All-Stars by a score of 3-1. Stick around for the first intermission. We'll have plenty to talk about and plenty of folks to talk to, along with highlights. Checkers forecheck. Curtin left circle drive. Blocked off. Now back along in the corner. Picked up by Royal of the Stars. Loose behind. Royal chases for the All-Stars. And he'll weave his way out neutral zone. And still on the puck. Nice rush by Eric Royal of the All-Stars. But back come the Checkers. It's Connick cutting it left side. Backhander just wide. Actually, I think he was looking to set up the streaking winger on the right side, and that was McCanny. Back loose along. Royal forechecking. Now for Jablonski. Shot save it. Tucci rebound score. Jablonski on his own rebound. And he pulls the Stars to within one at 17:55.
Well, this is nothing new. The Charlotte Checkers have been looking at Jeff Grabonski for the Roanoke Express for several years. This is a guy that continues to pound in. Watch as he comes across the crease, out in front, and then finally on the rebound, stays with it and pokes it home. He stays right with it. That time, Nick could never quite find the angle. You saw almost a wide-open goal for Jablonski to bang it in from the near side. Good concentration by Jeff Jablonski.
It's 3-2. As the Checkers dump it in, Velicevic back for the All-Stars. Drops it along for Lance Brady. Back to Velicevic. Neutral zone. Puck played along Taylor. Now it's rolled deep into the Checkers zone, and Noren hits the brakes. And he's forechecked off the play. Beshkirov is there for Taylor. Now looking for Ross. A lot of cycling going on here by the All-Stars. Taylor. Now Beshkirov. Centers one. Ross trying to get the shot away. Couldn't do it. And Wheeler headmans it along a little bit too far for Daniels. Sam, I think you saw a little bit of a chemistry problem there. With the cycling. They didn't quite know where to zig and where to zag.
Of course, Wheeler has not skated all year long. He does, of course, skate on the ice during the practice, but again, does not have, as you pointed out, a little timing with some of those guys as well.
Boy, the puck came up and hit Mickey Ellick of the Checkers. He will head off. He seems to be okay. The Checkers are in. A minute left in the period. The puck rolled just wide off the stick of Eric Bolton. Kept in along the right side by Kenny. Bolton's on it again. Looking to center one. Daniels trying to get his stick free, but it's picked up by Chris Velicevic. And the Stars start the 3-on-2 rush. Puck along right wing side. Beshkirov hits the brakes, throws it in front. But Velicevic couldn't gain control, and back comes Charlotte with 37 seconds to go in the opening period. Bolton playing it along. J.F. Obey breaking in, trying to slide it across. Good block there defensively by Jason Glavdy. Off Toledo. Puck across from Robin to Kenny. The drive wide on the stick side. Bounces in front. It's loose and cleared away by the Stars. 20 seconds to go in the period. Stars dumping it in. Robin's back for Charlotte. Number one on this team in games played, assists and points. Matt Robin. Back for the Stars is Chris Phelps. Now the puck is spun around to the far board, but Chunchikov. And that'll do it for the first period. We are done with one chapter here. It's the Checkers 3 and the All-Stars 2. This is the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. Fostone production coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Super Bowl viewers, please direct your attention to the coin toss.
Gentlemen, this is heads, this is tails. Captain, call it in the air.
For this historic 31st Super Bowl, the NFL commissioned Balfour, maker of Super Bowl championship rings, to create the official opening toss coin for Super Bowl 31. And now you can reserve one of these historic game coins for only $59.95. There's 75,000 tickets to the Super Bowl, but only 7,500 game coins will be minted, and each is individually numbered with a certificate of authenticity. The coin features the helmet of the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers and is minted with 1 troy ounce of pure silver. And if you call right now, you'll receive this collector's display case absolutely free. Sorry, due to the limited quantity of coins, only credit card reservations can be honored. There's only one 31st Super Bowl and only one official game coin. So have your credit card ready and reserve yours now.
New Sports Scorebox is on the go. For less than $1 a day, keep tabs on pro football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and all the college games with a scorebox that fits in your pocket. Continuous sports scores, weather condition, injury report, play-by-play, horse racing, and up-to-the-minute sports news. Plus, it also works as a personal pager. Call 1-888-SCORE-123 for New Sports Scorebox on the go. All your sports news and scores are now just away.
It's their turf. It's their world. It's their game. And when we don't play by their rules, the results can be deadly. From the creator of the award-winning television series Wild America comes a home video unlike anything you've ever seen. These are nature's dangerous encounters, captured in one of the most astonishing wildlife films ever made, and available now for the first time as a special 1-hour home video. Call this toll-free number now to get Dangerous Encounters for just $19.95. It is not available in stores. Order now, and you'll also receive Watching Wildlife absolutely free. That's right. Both of these extraordinary programs are yours for just $19.95. Call now.
For rush delivery, get your credit card ready and call 1-800-352-2121. That's 1-800-352-2121, or send your check or money order to the address on your screen. Call now.
It is 3-2. It's been a good hockey game so far. Charlotte Checkers over the East Coast Hockey League All-Stars by 1 after 1. A seesaw kind of a game. The Checkers jumping on top. The Stars tying it. Checkers bouncing then to a 3-1 lead. But the late goal by the Stars, and we have ourselves a hockey game, and we have ourselves some pageantry and color and fun, as you would expect at any All-Star game. And that is Bill Stone, our producer's date there on the right-hand side. And downstairs is Mark Miller, and he's got a date right now with Nick Vitucci, the excellent goaltender of the Charlotte Checkers. Mark?
Thanks, Dan. Yes, indeed. Nick Vitucci down with me. And Nick, I know you're expecting to probably see 60 or 70 shots a period, but not too many shots on goal. Some tough ones. You had a pretty good start for the team.
Well, you know, the team came out hard. We don't want to embarrass ourselves here tonight, and, you know, we're playing against a pretty good hockey team over in the other dressing room, and, you know, we got a lot of pride, and, you know, we're all happy with what we did last year, and, you know, like I said, we didn't want to come out here and embarrass ourselves tonight, so we're going to play tough hockey.
I know you talk about the pride factor, and talk a little bit about you're up in Binghamton. You were called up, you're playing in the AHL, and you made it a point to their management, I want to come back and play in this All-Star game. I want to represent the Charlotte Checkers.
Well, absolutely. You know, the ECHL has been such a big part of my life for 9 years now, and, you know, I have wonderful memories and wonderful experiences from my 9 years here, and, you know, this was priority when they asked me to go up, that I wanted to come back down and play in this game, because, you know, I'm kind of nearing the end of my career pretty soon, and this is something that I'll be able to look back on and be very proud of.
Nick, congratulations on a good first period and an outstanding career. 4 rings, quite an accomplishment.
Thank you very much. You know, it's been great.
Nick Vitucci, the MVP of the playoffs last year, and tonight doing a fine job in the first period. His club leads 3-2 after 1 period of play. We'll come back with Sam and Dan. This is the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game.
You're looking at a very important piece of hunting and fishing equipment. And in a moment, I'll tell you how to use it to catch more fish and bag more game. I'll even tell you how to use it to bag this bag. Absolutely free. But first, watch this.
What makes an ordinary guy an extraordinary sportsman? The right gear, top-notch equipment, and a rock-solid understanding of what you're doing out there. That's why you need Outdoor Life, to guide you along every step of the way. For under $1 an issue, we'll prepare you to become the extraordinary sportsman you know you can be, as we reveal answers to the whats, whys, wheres, and how-tos of angling, so you can become the true fisherman you want to be. If hunting is your game, let Outdoor Life awaken your instinct for tracking whitetails, muleys, and elk. You'll even learn what it takes to nail that elusive tom. With Outdoor Life, you'll know what's new in gear and equipment, what's happening in your area, plus everything from the care of your rifle to choosing the right 4x4. Call now and you'll also get this rugged Outdoor Life gear bag, free with your paid subscription. Don't wait. Call now to take advantage of this great offer from Outdoor Life. Become an extraordinary sportsman. Call for Outdoor Life now.
Yes, all you need to become an extraordinary sportsman is your telephone. Use it to call Outdoor Life right now. When you do, you'll not only get 12 issues of Outdoor Life for less than $1 an issue, you'll also get this terrific Outdoor Life camo gear bag. It's big, tough, lightweight, and even water resistant. There's an adjustable shoulder strap and plenty of secured pockets for your valuable gear. And it's free with your paid subscription. So come on, don't let this high-tech piece of hunting and fishing equipment go to waste. Pick it up right now and call toll-free to get Outdoor Life and become an extraordinary sportsman. Call this number right now for 12 big issues of Outdoor Life for under $1 an issue. Plus, get the great gear bag free with your paid subscription. Call now.
It is the defending Riley Cup champion Checkers by 1 after 1 here at the Bud Ice ECHL All-Star Game from the Independence Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith, and you know we've been hosted very well this week. Starting with Sunday, we've had some great festivities all compliments of the Adams Mark. You'll find the best of the past and present in each Adams Mark hotel, the warmth and charm of the Grand Hotels with the comfort and efficiency of the most modern. The 18 Adams Mark hotels and resorts are well known across the country for their excellence in service and attention to detail. Each hotel can boast several awards, with many receiving AAA's 4 Diamond, Meetings and Conventions Gold Key, Mobile Travel Guide, and other awards. Additionally, the hotels feature a variety of quality restaurants, nightclubs, and entertainment outlets that have become favorites with business travelers and dancers alike, and vacationers in the local community. For reservations, call 1-800-444-ADAM. That's 1-800-444-ADAM. You know, we didn't maybe see all the body checking that we wanted to see. We didn't see any real go-tos, but we saw a very good hockey game in that first period.
I thought one of the interesting scenarios is the fact that probably in the first 8 or 9 minutes we saw at least 6 of that in the All-Star end. The Checkers just kept keeping it in. You then saw somewhere along the way, either it was Rick Vive or the All-Stars themselves, they found a little switch. They turned up the intensity, and they started to get pressure on Nick Fatusi, and I think that made it kind of let both sides think, okay, now we're going to play. It's going to be an All-Star game, but we're also going to play very, very hard.
Checkers were the ones that got on the board first. It was Kurt Sayre. You talked about his ability to shoot the puck. Sometimes less is more. Kurt Sayre just wristing one that found some traffic.
Daryl Norrin gets the draw and gets the assist, and you see he just threads it through the traffic and, of course, to the wide side and gets the first goal with the Checkers going up. But the All-Stars you made mention coming back. Andrei Bashkirov back against his old team, and now a perfect pass from Obey to Matani, and they bang it home for the second goal and a 2-1 lead. Back again. Beautiful backhand put right on goal, and that time it was Brosseau, the young man out of Canada. But here come the All-Stars back, and Jablonski. 1, 2, bang, score, All-Stars.
On his second rebound at that. So it's 3-2. The Checkers lead the All-Stars as Homer thrills the crowd here at Independence. We'll be back with East Coast Hockey League All-Star coverage after this.
What lower round draft pick just might stun the NBA by becoming his team's leading rebounder this year? The Sporting News knows. Do you? What hot goalie will dominate NHL offenses to power his team to a great season? The Sporting News knows. Do you? What surprising rookie sensation could send his team soaring into the Super Bowl? The Sporting News knows, and you can too when you call now to claim your no-cost 4-issue Sporting News mini subscription. Plus, reserve these great sports binoculars free. When it comes to the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL, nobody keeps you in the know quite like the Sporting News. What GM's blockbuster trades will turn his pretenders into pennant contenders next season? The Sporting News knows, and now you will too. Call now for your no-cost 4-issue Sporting News mini subscription. If you like it, get 24 more issues, 28 in all, for 4 easy payments of just $4.99. Plus, get these great binoculars free with your paid subscription. Call now.
To a real baseball fan, this is fine furniture. This is a gourmet dinner. And this is heaven. Because this is where real fans get the real stuff.
Save 25% on all authentic Diamond Collection jerseys and jackets at the Indians Team Shop. Come into any of the 15 Indians Team the stuff you want, including designer labels. The Indians Team Shop. Real stuff for...
Are you having trouble containing your containers and you can never find that matching lid? Introducing Nestum, the newest development in storage containers. The lids store right inside to save space. And only Nestum's has the all-new triple lock top. You get a complete 12-piece set for just $19.95. Order now and we'll include a $5 factory rebate. That's right, just $14.95 with rebate. Nestum's are freezer and dishwasher safe and come with a lifetime warranty. To order this 12-piece set of Nestum's for just $14.95 with rebate, call 1-800-257-5700.
Safety structure cell, triple seal doors, side intrusion beams, and crumple zones. No, these aren't terms used to describe the safety advantages of the M1A2 tank. They're all part of the #1 selling Ford Taurus at your best quality Ford dealer, where there's more to afford. What's the hurry? Where's everyone rushing off to? Their best quality Ford dealer to get a great deal on a hot new Ford Taurus, available for a limited time with $1,000 cash back. What are you waiting for? Jet on over to your best quality Ford dealer today.
It's a 3-2 Charlotte Checkers lead after one period at the Bud Ice ECHL All-Star Game. This is the 5th annual All-Star Game, and a fans stop by, Sam, and talk to you as the fans will do. I mean, they certainly are excited about their Checkers, and one fan mentioned that he thinks this looks like a championship team out there in the first period. I'd have to agree.
I would have to agree because of simply one thing. On the bottom of the keys on both of them is intensity. I made mention they both turned it up. Looking at some of the stats here, the first period of the game, shots on goal. You mentioned right now the Checkers 12-11. They actually had 4 or 5 more shots than the All-Stars before finally the All-Stars turned it up and got it on. Saves, 9 on both ends. Penalty, 0. You expected that. Ian Walsh is laid off of a lot of calls. And, of course, in the face-offs right now, another area the Checkers have not done well in, Dan, is winning face-offs. I think they have may have had the most face-offs they've ever won in a period of 10 here tonight. They've done a good job, and particularly early on where they tried to keep that puck down in the All-Star end.
Yeah, I think the stats reflect the fact that it was a very evenly played first period, and a lot of shaking going on here in the All-Star game. It's a very exciting first 20 minutes, and you know, part of the All-Star pageantry, it's kind of a habit now, is skills competition, and we expect to have that get underway very shortly here. They had a bit of a problem with the Zamboni resurfacing the ice, and that may cause a bit of a delay here. Let's talk about the league, Sam. I mean, this league was born, it seems like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It was born in 1988. I mean, this league has not been around a very long time, but, I mean, in its present format, and it has grown just absolutely mediocrely.
Right now, 23 teams on the drawing board are probably at least New Orleans, along with Greenville, South Carolina, already coming in. They're also talking about going into New Jersey, also talking maybe going into and challenging the American Hockey League and the I up in Baltimore. So there's a lot of cities. They realize it's not a lot of money based on what you have to get into pro sports to get into this game. And you see as you pointed out, great growth of hockey, particularly in the South. And these people, it's a family affair. I mean, a dad can come here in this building, for example, and even for the All-Star, there's a $5 ticket. You're not going to find it anywhere else. They can bring them the hot dogs, the Cokes, whatever. They can have a great night, and low-price parking on the outside, a great night, you know, $25, $30, $40 for a whole family. Across the town, of course, the Charlotte Hornets of the NBA, the cheapest ticket they got over there is something like $18, $19. You can't take a family there. This is a great thing for the entire East Coast Hockey League, and I think all the clubs are really enjoying that success.
I think it was Carl Scheer that said, and Carl has been involved in a lot of sports and a lot of leagues and been an innovator in many of those leagues, and he said he's never seen growth like he has seen growth in the East Coast Hockey League.
Well, also, I think you're finding not only you're having, of course, the great businessman there now. Felix Sabata started the Charlotte Checkers, of course, well known in racing and also business here in Charlotte. Mr. Tim Braswell owns the club now, a retired gentleman who worked in the magazine business. But you're taking a look at guys that not only have had great business careers, but guys that may not have all the money in the world, but they're people that have had a great love for hockey and a great love for business because they understand that. And
sure is an international game too, isn't it? With Alexei Bashkirov and Mr. Alex Chunchikov chatting at center ice. It's definitely an international game at every level of pro hockey right now.
Bashkirov's another interesting part of his story is the fact when he came here to Russia, his father had already passed away, and then his mother passed away. Interesting enough, a family here in Charlotte officially adopted him, and now he lives in the States along with his wife and his daughter, and they live down in South Carolina, just a short drive from Charlotte, and they dearly love it, and what a great story it is for a guy to come and find this kind of great living in America.
A big front page story in the Charlotte Observer today about Alexei Bashkirov. I guess they're still going to do the hardest shot competition here in the first intermission. As we mentioned, they had some trouble resurfacing the ice, but apparently everything's okay, and we expect to see the hardest shot competition involving Rob Dumas and Chris Phelps of the Stars versus Mr. Mickey Ellick and also Justin Gould of the Charlotte Checkers. Now, you've seen these players play a lot. Give us a little skinny on who you think the favorite is here.
Well, I think probably Mickey Ellick's got a cannon for a shot, but Gould is not bad. When you take a look at the two All-Stars, though, you're taking a look at guys that can certainly put that puck on goal with the very best of them as well. And I tell you, as you're taking a look at, for the most part, mostly defensemen here, they're getting the slap shots out at the blue line, and that's the reason they feel that they can have those pretty good shots. Most of the, let's take, for example, the wingers and the centers, how many times you're getting them in the slot? They're wrist shot more than the big, heavy slap shot, and that's why defensemen will probably be more than likely the people that'll be in this contest and more than likely will win it as well.
Rob Dumas being announced along with Chris Phelps and Mickey Ellicks and Justin Gould, and we expect to have the hardest shot competition in just a moment. This is the midway point, as we mentioned, of the East Coast Hockey League season, and the parity has been so pronounced so far, Sam, in this league. You look at the standings and you see 6, 8 points separating 4, 5, 6 teams. It's got to be fun from night to night, knowing that any team can certainly excel against another.
And another thing that's very good about this league, and the fact that you kind of jockey for position inside your own division because of the travel situation. You do play 10 or 11 times against the other teams in your division. Don't get to see the other teams as much, and that's what makes the All-Star game so good here in Charlotte. They're seeing some of the stars they would never see otherwise this year. So it's a good situation, but again, they battle each other night in and night out, and you can almost get that 4-point swing each and every night when you play inside your division. And a point well taken that there's not many points separating maybe the 4th or 5th team from the top team in each of the divisions right now.
Now, Charlotte's been in existence, or hockey's been back here since 1993. Who are the biggest rivals? Is South Carolina the biggest?
I would imagine, since Greensboro, of course, left and went to the A after they lost that. South Carolina, I think, basically because the two teams came into the league together, they really built. And interesting enough, they played in a 5-game series last year. Charlotte Checkers had to win the 5th game in the quarterfinals here before going on to the semis against Tallahassee. This place was absolutely filled up. The 5th game was the most intense game I've ever been around. South Carolina brought something like 300-400 people. The Checkers filled up the rest of the building, and it was quite an affair. The Checkers went on to win in Game 5.
We are ready to get our hardest shot competition going here. Rob Dumas of the Tallahassee Tiger Sharks will shoot first. Skills competition taking roughly the same amount of time as the first period.
Dumas, a 3-time East Coast Hockey League All-Star, and
83 miles per hour.
He, interesting enough, is one of 2 defensemen that has scored 200 assists and has appeared in over 300 games in the East Coast Hockey League. So Rob Dumas has indeed been around in this league.
Each player with 2 attempts. Here comes Dumas on attempt number 2. 87. Got a little more of that one. Now it's Chris Phelps from the Hampton Roads Admirals, a 3rd-year pro out of Lapeer, Michigan. 86, his first attempt.
You know, we made mention of his plus-minus numbers, a plus 26, a guy that just doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And you can see he's got a pretty good cannon here.
And we did not get a reading on it.
The verdict is still out, I think, right?
Technology is great when it works. Barry Trotz, though, is saying this is a very safe player. He can, well, that's more than 16 miles an hour. We know that for sure. We have a technical glitch here. This is live television, isn't it? Eh?
This is live, yes. Phelps may be pooped before this is all over.
He may say, forget it, guys. Let someone else win. I'll save my energy for the 2nd period. Here we go. One more try. 89. So it may have been worth the wait. So that's our early leader here, Chris Phelps, with an 89-mile-per-hour slapper. And we have two more shooters now. Justin Gould will go next, and that'll be Mickey Ellicks. 86 on the first attempt for Gould.
Is there any rule you have to hit it inside the net, or can you just fire it?
You know, valid point. Valid point. I think if they don't hit the net, it shouldn't count. 85.
And he missed them both.
Yeah. And here comes Elliott.
Next guy coming up, this is an interesting story in the fact that he came here as a defenseman. You pointed out one of the highest scoring of the defensemen. That's a little misleading, the fact he skated on some line because of the shortness of the Checkers on the front line.
84.
And so, only left-hander in the competition, by the way.
And Phelps right now the leader, unless Elliott can really cannon one here. 89, he tied it. It's a shootout here. This is the skills competition of the Bud Ice 97 East Coast Hockey League All-Star game. If you're just joining us, it's 3-2. The Checkers lead the Stars after 1 period. 87 for Chris Phelps. Sudden victory here.
Oh, he's cranking his crowd up too, Dan.
Playing the crowd.
Oh, it didn't.
No work. No reading. adrenaline was there. Everything was right. Oh, he's trying to bring the crowd back into it.
Remember D. Brown when he pumped up his shoes at the NBA All-Star game? Alex did a little of the same here.
87. Another time. All right, Phelps and Ellick. Here we go. Here's Phelps again. No reading.
One more shot, Chris.
I'm thinking maybe this next year we can pre-tape this. What do you think? Right. 86 miles an hour.
Leaves the door up a little for Mickey Ellick here now.
All right, here we go. Ellick's working the crowd again. The suspense is hard to bear. Here he comes, the lefty. 13? No, I don't think so.
That was a pretty crisp shot as well for Mickey Ellick.
I guess we don't want to mention the manufacturer of the radar gun right now. We'll leave that one alone. Here comes Ellick. 84, and Phelps is your winner. And we'll be right back. It's 3-2 Checkers over the All-Stars after one period from Independence Arena. This is Fox Home Production coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Oh no, I forgot Valentine's Day!
Don't panic. A dozen red roses are always the perfect gift. That is, if they didn't drop dead in days and cost over $60. This year, give her beautiful silk roses that last a lifetime. Forever Roses for only $19.95. She'll be delighted when Forever Roses are delivered right to her door in a florist box filled with a dozen of the finest silk roses wrapped with baby's breath and a personalized greeting card, all for just $19.95. But wait, call today and we'll include a second dozen absolutely free. That's 2 dozen long stem roses handcrafted from the finest silk to stay as beautiful as the day you sent them. Just call this toll-free number now to send Forever Roses for only $19.95. And we guarantee delivery for Valentine's Day. Call now and have your credit card or personal check ready. Sorry, no mail-in or COD orders accepted, but supplies are limited. So to order for this Valentine's Day, you must call right now.
Call 1-800-315-4554.
Here it is, the no-holds-barred world of military aviation, the way you'd expect it with the challenge of Flight 97. More close calls, more true stories, more incredible footage, exclusively here, not sold in stores. See what works and what doesn't, with all the facts, all the information, all the details. Fly low and slow over a carrier deck, wheels up with nowhere to go, missiles on target, bombs gone wild. See the triumphs, the tragedies, and the final seconds when all that's left is the ejection seat. Call now and join tens of thousands who own a series unlike any you've ever seen before. The Challenge of Flight 97. Own it. Enjoy it. Do it now.
Order the Challenge of Flight preview for only $5 and receive a free pair of aviator sunglasses. Other tapes will follow about every 4 weeks. You may cancel at any time or return any tape for a full refund. Call 1-800-354-0099. That's 1-800-354-0099.
Hey, welcome back to the Bud Ice 1997 ECHL All-Star Game from Charlotte, North Carolina. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith. We're in the first intermission. Skills competition still ongoing here. Slowed down a bit by both the Zamboni problem and then the malfunctioning of the radar gun for a while. But we had ourselves an excellent first period. The Checkers leading it by a goal. The fastest skater competition going on right now. I believe Matt Robbins has just beaten Chris Phelps. Is that correct?
It's the other way around. Chris Phelps won the hardest shot competition. Had to come right back and win an early heat against one of the faster skaters in Matt Robbins.
He's Eric Bolton now.
Yeah.
Now it's Eric Bolton versus Beskirov.
This is going to be a great one here.
This is fun. You know, I think the NHL All-Star Game really made a science out of the skills competition, and the minor pro leagues have followed. And a lot of people will tell you at the NHL level, that Friday skills competition is really the highlight of the weekend. And then, of course, you get to see your favorite players play in the All-Star Game, but it's pretty much normally a shootout. Beskirov wins that particular heat. Hey, standing by downstairs, Mark Miller with the CEO of the East Coast Hockey League, Rick Adams. Mark?
Dan,
As you mentioned, Rick Adams here, the president and CEO of the East Coast Hockey League. And Rick, another great affair here by the East Coast Hockey League. And first of all, congratulations on pulling this off. A different format, and it's something innovating. It's something the East Coast Hockey League's been about for some time.
Well, exactly. We pride ourselves on being a progressive league, and I think this year's All-Star Game is illustrative of that. The format is unique. We're doing some different things that we haven't done in the past in terms of skills competition, and they're all things that we're trying to do to enhance the image of the East Coast Hockey League.
One of the other things that goes on during the All-Star Game is the Board of Governor meetings. What was accomplished, what was talked about? I know expansion is still on the forefront of all the governors. Were things accomplished in the meetings the past 2 days?
Yeah, we did. We accomplished a lot, actually, on the expansion front. We're looking at New Orleans coming in the 1997-98 season. Everything appears to be finalized there. We've also received an application from a group in Maryland that would also play in the 97-98 season. So it looks as though we'll be adding 2 more teams for next year.
One of the things next year they've already discussed and already is out is next year's host of the All-Star Game. One of the great stories of the league, the Louisiana Ice Skaters, who have been averaging over 11,000 fans a game.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Louisiana will have 11,700 fans. They put on a great show. It's a laser light show, entertainment throughout the evening. I think next year's game will be even more exciting if that's possible than tonight.
23 teams down the East Coast Hockey League. Is there a limit set on how many teams the league's going to expand to?
Well, we don't have a set limit. Obviously, there's a number at which it would become impractical to try to administer and run the league. I think probably 28 or 30 would be that number. But you know, as good markets and good ownership groups and good buildings come to the league, I think we have to evaluate it case by case.
You touched on some of the things right there, but what are the things that have made the East Coast Hockey League really at the forefront of all minor leagues and all sports?
It is. I mean, we have a very strict criteria for where we expand to, and that is threefold. That is the building, the ownership group, and, of course, the market. And we stick to that. We do a very detailed analysis before we move anywhere. And if you look at our expansion record, I think it stands for that.
Now, the East Coast Hockey League, this game being televised to 25 million homes, I know that's a great feat for the league. Where does the East Coast Hockey League want to go as far as television is concerned?
Well, we think television is an important part of enhancing the image of the East Coast Hockey League, getting our product out there. The more that we get our product exposed to people throughout the country, I think they'll see what we have to offer. Television is an integral part of that, and we're appreciative of Fosstone's efforts tonight and others that we think we can have a strong television presence, and hopefully we'll develop that over the next 2 or 3 years.
Rick, thanks for your time. Congratulations on a very successful show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Rick Adams, the CEO of the East Coast Hockey League. Let's go back upstairs with Dan and Sam.
Thank you, Mark, and thanks to Rick Adams of the East Coast Hockey League. We're getting set to start the second period. Chris Phelps, he can go to the showers right now and say it's been a great night.
He wins them both. He wins the hard shot. By the way, they were keeping it on time, not so much if he won the heat or not, but the clock as well. And he wins both of the heats as well. By the way, we're hoping to have some conversation. John Marks is, you can see an earpiece in his ear there. John, we're going to be trying to get some conversation with you going down. I know it's tough, John, to try to wait for all the skills competition and think the crowd, but it's tough on these hockey players when they really want to play, particularly after that first period.
Yeah, I thought that our team did pretty well against a pretty good group of players.
I think John agrees with you. I don't think we're picking up the audio right now, but Sam, I think that's a very valid point. I think the players may be a little tighter than they want to be right now, but if we have any kind of a period like we did in the first, it should be very exciting.
We'll work on that. I think it's going to be fun to try to talk to John during this period, and of course, we'll work on that, John, and we'll try to get that squared away. Love to get some comments from you behind the bench. He, by the way, said he'd love to do this, but he said, I also have to coach the game, John said. Just don't interrupt me too many times, okay?
There you go. And we're very excited, too, to be talking to Rick Vive later on. He's coaching the All-Stars along with co-coach, one of the most illustrious names in all of pro hockey as far as knowledge of the game. Roger Nielsen is a guest here of the East Coast Hockey League All-Star contingent and helping Rick Vive behind the All-Star bench.
Associate head coach of the St. Louis Blues has won 320 games in the National Hockey League, and 9 of his 13 years of coaching his teams have made the National Hockey League playoffs. So quite a record by Roger Nielsen. Nice to have him here tonight behind the bench of the All-Stars.
It's 3-2, the Checkers. There's the fire. Good view of it there, and here we go. We're underway. Second period. Kevin Hoffman has it for the Stars and dumping it in. Kemper chases for the Checkers. Miller trying to center for the Stars, and the puck is picked up and dished along too far for Broso. Back to get it is Hoffman for the All-Stars. Ahead to Colin Miller of the Dayton Bombers, their leading scorer and MVP last year. He's an assistant coach player this year. Miller right side shot. Right on, but Tucci made that save. Sayer trying to dig it out. It's rolled out in front, and Broso looking to send away Noren. Noren cutting it wide. As Broso breaking for the net. Chipped one along. That was tipped just wide by Broso. Pillick is over skating for the Stars, but manages now to head-man it to Manning. Broso looking to keep it in right wing side. Wheeler's there. Rapana's there. It's the Checkers on the attack. Hoffman regaining for the Stars. And he dumps it back through. Rapana tracking it down for the Checkers. 3-2 Charlotte leads here. East Coast Hockey League All-Star game from Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the 5th annual affair. Jablonski will start it back for the Stars. Ahead to Metropolitan. Throws it in front. Tip score! Vitucci appeared to get a piece of it. It's deflected by, and it's a tie hockey game at 3.
Dan, we talked about the intensity of the All-Stars, and even though they had to sit around and wait for a long time for the skills to finish, well, they've come out in a flurry, and look how quickly they get it in that tip right in the front. But Tucci thought it was coming to his glove side, came back on the stick side and beat him low.
I'm wondering if Royal got a piece of that, as he did. I think he did. It goes down the slot.
You're right.
Exactly, and what a play by Royal with a checker draped all over him, diving down the slot, and it's a 3-3 hockey game. The goal comes at 1:20. Now Maloney for the Stars. Dumping it in, Vitucci setting it up for Jay Kenny. Puck stolen. Thrown in front. Jablonski, a shot high on the glove side. Vitucci plays it along. Bolton trying to dig it out. Good pressure by the Stars here in the second period. Justin Gould is trying to head-man it out of danger. That'll be picked up by Dumas. Slides it along. And the Stars out again. Metropolitan. Up the middle he goes. In the slot. Looking right wing. Now gets it back in the deflection. But Metropolitan centers one. Back checking for the Stars was Curtin, and he'll just dump it out neutral zone. Checkers a bit on their heels right now as Royal shoots it back in for the Stars. 3-3 hockey game really going second period. Again the Checkers. Kenny stops it along. Taylor redirects for the All-Stars. Back at his own line for the Stars. That's Lance Brady of the Birmingham Bulls. It would have been offside, and Mosquero does carry it in offside, and play whistle down.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see as we've got about 7 more minutes for these two goaltenders to go. They're going to swap at the 10-minute mark. Billy Shepard will be coming on for the Checkers, and Sandy Allen out of Louisville coming in with a 16-5-1 record for the All-Stars. Checkers with that kind of record on that end for Sandy Allen. Better hope they're in the lead at that time. He could really stonewall them the rest of the game.
Sandy Allen, one of the few, I would guess, if not the only native of Nassau, Bahamas.
Not a lot of ice down there, is he?
Not a bad place to be from, but you're right. I didn't get his skating start there. Icing is called on the Checkers. That'll bring it back down. It's a 3-3 hockey game. If you are just tuning in, we're delighted to have you along. This Foxtel production presentation of ECHL hockey is presented solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any use, reuse, or retransmission of this telecast without the express written consent of Foxtel Productions and the East Coast Hockey League is strictly prohibited.
Stepping in for the draw, Mike Ross. You heard, of course, Ricky Vine talking about how valuable he was. Led his team in scoring last year with 71, had 65 points, and leads the league with 35 goals. He is quite a player.
Brady plays it along for the Stars. Ross forechecks, but the Checkers will turn it back. Connick cutting it up the middle. Out of Harvard, Connick moving in, looking for the backhand of it, ridden off hard into the boards. Puck thrown to the side of the net. And it's going to roll all the way out neutral zone. But the Stars will clear the zone. And on it is Brady. He's in. Drops it left point. Now shoveled along by Taylor. Brady centers one. It's loose, and Vitucci has it and holds for the face-off. And we will right at 3. This is Foxstone Productions coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Your calendar is filling up every weeknight with people who make you laugh.
Make you scream.
and make your day.
Each weeknight on A&E, there are people with new ideas.
New deals.
And deal makers.
You can spend your time with beautiful people.
Electric personalities.
Even famous electricians.
For a nightly date that's good for the soul.
Turn to Biography with host Karen Stone. Saturdays at 8, 7 Central on A&E. It's time well spent with Continental Cablevision.
Are you having trouble containing your containers and you can never find that matching lid? Introducing Nestums, the newest development in storage containers. The lids store right inside to save space. And only Nestums has the all-new triple lock top. You get a complete 12-piece set for just $19.95. Order now and we'll include a $5 factory rebate. That's right, just $14.95 with rebate. Nestums are freezer and dishwasher safe and come with a lifetime warranty. To order this 12-piece set of Nestums for just $14.95 with rebate, call 1-800-257-5700.
Welcome back to the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game, tied at 3. A man who played in an All-Star game with the National Hockey League, spent 12 years in the National Hockey League, most with the Chicago Blackhawks. John Marks, I think there may have been some question about the intensity of the All-Stars early on, but I don't think there's any question about it now, as they have really come on and skated hard against your Checkers.
Well, apparently still a little trouble hearing John Marks.
Come on, it's this side of the red line.
We will keep trying. As the Checkers will keep trying to move it out of the zone. They are in a 3-3 hockey game right now. And Mickey Ellick dumps it back behind. Mick Kempfer is there. And he'll bang it off the boards at center ice. Phelps. Forechecked off the play. Stepping in for the backhand shot. Goring, save, rebound, score! It's Darcy Matteni. Second goal of the night. And it's 4-3 Checkers.
All set up by a guy that not only enjoyed great success, was one of the all-time leaders at Greensboro while in the East Coast Hockey League, Darryl Norn. Great play by David Brousseau to keep the puck alive, and Darcy Matteni in the right place at the right time. A sprawling goalkeeper, and it's behind him. And the Checkers get another goal to take the lead back. And this is one of the exciting all-star games of the East Coast Hockey League. Norn with the assist. Brousseau assists Matteni, second goal of the night.
And if we can hear, I bet John Marks will be very pleased to talk about that one. Chunchikov sends it in.
Be hard to play against.
For the All-Stars behind, Bertuzzi sets it up. It's 4-3 Charlotte, 15:50 to go here in the second. And Robbins steps it in. Right circle drive and a glove save by Beaubien. And he'll drop it along for the whistle here as he held on long enough.
You mentioned the name Matt Robbins. Is John Marks looking behind that bench? He's really been an outstanding player for John Marks, and really surprised that he has not been playing for somebody else. John says someday they're going to grab him away, I know. All-time leading scorer in the history of the franchise. Of course, leads him with 55 points this year, and a very quiet leader. He's here an hour after the practice. He's here an hour before practice. He really leads by his own example.
Kevin Hoffman has it for the Stars. Albo Billick sliding it along for Colin Miller. Palmater left side, rolls it along, but Bertuzzi, dangerous pass up the middle. That was knocked down, but cleared out by the Checkers. Spinning and dropping it in was Bolton. And the Stars are on it. It's a 4-3 hockey game. The Checkers have the lead. And Obey looking, trying to find Bolton. Obey back on it. Now Bolton again in the corner. Robbins will try to track down Obey there. Robbins. Down low, Obey. Back to Robbins. And he just flipped one along, and Beaubien decides to hold on again. And the whistle to his left.
Then we're going to try to go back and see if we can't get John Marks over behind his bench. John, one of the things, a great line rush to get you in the lead 4-3 the last time.
I got you.
Apparently still some trouble with that microphone over there. John's chirping away. Haven't gotten much from him there.
No, we haven't. Having trouble hearing us, I presume. Looks well equipped. He's got the wire hanging out of the ear, the wire on the tie. And I know he can hear the truck. Now getting it from the truck to us is Plan B. On it is Palmater for the Stars. It's a 4-3 hockey game. The East Coast Hockey League All-Star game featuring the Stars versus the defending champion Checkers. Palmater moving in, left side. Shot save, rebound. And that one went up and over. On that rebound was Blair Manning. Now the puck is dug out by Curtin of the Checkers. It's loose at center. Royal sends it in. Right wing side. Manning a shot. Saved by Bertuzzi. And he'll dump it all the way down the ice. This will be an icing called on the Checkers with 14:19 to go here in the second period. It's been Sayre. A couple of goals by Matani and Brousseau so far for the Checkers. So really accounted for themselves very well against a very talented team.
Yeah, we were talking about chemistry. Would they get it for the All-Stars? And again, I think we saw that about midway in the first period. And quite obviously, they turned up the intensity. John Marks still trying to get through to us over there, John.
Hey, now we've got to pick up the
face off to the left. Wrist shot from the right point. That was off the stick of Dumas. Fleury in front, shot! And Bertuzzi got a piece of that, a goal behind. And the battle continues. Forechecking is Jablonski for the Stars. Now Royal weaving in the slot. Knocked off the play by Wheeler. And back comes Charlotte. Gould looking to step it in, and that's offside called on Charlotte, much to the chagrin of Scott Curtin out of the University of North Dakota.
You got a good impression that even though these teams are playing very intense hockey, a big smile on Scott Curtin's face as Pete Wicklund called the offsides on the Charlotte Checkers. They're still having fun, and it's 4-3 the Checkers, and I would imagine even though they're trying to play as intense, it's still what an occasion for all of these players on either side of this All-Star game.
It'll be Ross taking the draw for the Stars against Noren, and it's won by the Stars on it Belicevic. 4-3 Charlotte. Left side, that's Taylor. Now Vishkiron. Nice move in front, backhander, and up and over it went. What a nifty move by Vishkiron. He's still on it. Finds a man, Brady, left side, trying to roll it in front. It was blocked up by Noren. Back comes Charlotte. Up the right wing, that's Kimby Daniels. Looking to drop it back. Vishkiron, good job back checking, but Daniels on it again. Looking for a black and orange jersey. Centering attempt by Noren, stolen by Belicevic. 13:15 to go in the middle period. Charlotte with the lead in the slot. Noren's shot was blocked. Daniels, the man in front, shot, score! What a setup! Daniels to Brousseau. His second of the night. It's 5-3 Charlotte.
You can certainly feel the intensity that's building again. Checkers getting better line rushes right now than they have all year long. Again, a lack of defensive intensity by the All-Stars, one of the reasons, but staying on top of the puck, and Brousseau, as does Matani, gets his second goal of the night, all set up with a rush. David Brousseau, 20 goals, 10 assists this season, and 2 against the best in the East Coast Hockey League.
Brousseau with his second on a nifty feed from Daniels. Noren gets the other assist. It's 5-3 in favor of the Checkers. 12:50 to go. Second period. All-Stars on the attack. Thrown across! And a shot by Ross was saved by Bertuzzi, who stacked the pads and made a big stop there. Headman pass at center. Rapana for the Checkers. Wrist shot wide of the net. Bounces back to the side, and Beaubien holds on, and we'll be right back. Checkers by a pair. Second period action, East Coast Hockey League All-Star game, and we'll be right back after this timeout.
Some of your best ideas happen up here with us.
I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Checkers lead at 5-3, 12.5 left in the second period. And what taught off the ice, you ask? Well, it's the ECHL League wear, and that guy's got some right there. Not the hat, I'm talking about the jersey. ECHL League wear is a full line of apparel and novelty merchandise featuring the new ECHL League logo. You can pick yours up. Find out more by calling 1-800-311-ECHL. That's 1-800-311-ECHL. Well, apparently John Marks could hear us, but things are a little loud down there. And apparently not really realizing when he was supposed to respond, and now we apologize for that, but good to hear things are loud and bodies are pumping down there.
You know, these, you made mention early on, the officials have kind of earned their way on. Ian Walsh hoping to make it up to the big league. Right now, Norm Everly and Pete Wickham, by their great officiating and lines work for the year, get their all-star opportunity as well. It's a good honor for these three guys as well.
Chunchikov working the forecheck pretty strongly. Now the puck, though, is regained, and Robbins is out for Charlotte. What a pass! Moving in front, shot, score! Eric Bolton from Matt Robbins. A perfect head-man pass, and it's 6-3 Charlotte.
Remember the old song, Time in a Bottle? Well, if John Mark could save some offense in a bottle, he'd like to save this tonight against the All-Stars. And again, a perfect pass ahead. Bolton behind, goes to the forehand, and boom, comes back across the body of Beaubien and drops it in, and Bolton. Again, another one of those rookie players out of Canada. And Quebec Major Junior Hockey gets another goal here for the Checkers, and they've doubled the All-Stars in the second period.
Wow, Checkers. A superb period thus far, 11:58 to go here in the second period, and it's going to have our all-star goaltending change right now. Sandy Allen will step it in, and Beaubien will step it out. Beaubien again was a replacement for Sylvain Daig of the Mississippi contingent, the Seawolves, who was on recall. So Sandy Allen now of the Louisville River Frogs, second-year pro, LA's third pick in 1992, will step it in. He's got some strong numbers this year, Sam.
He does indeed. 16-5-1. By the way, Beaubien faced 17 shots and turned away 11 and goes out trailing 6-3. And again, Sandy Allen, who was actually the runner-up behind Sylvain Daig as the goaltender for this contest, and again comes in. He actually started the year with Richmond and then came over and now plays for the Louisville River Frogs. 3.14 goal against average. I said the Checkers needed a lead going against Allen. They've got a 3-goal lead now. They see if they can try to keep it out of the net on the other end. As the Checkers also will make a change shortly here, as Ken Shepard will replace Bertuzzi in goal on the other end.
Hoffman drops it in. Chasing is Palmater. Now the centering pass. Bollick a shot. Save, rebound in front. Score! Mike Palmater from the doorstep, and just like that, the All-Stars are within 2 at 8-14.
Well, it's nothing more than being comfortable out in the slot. And once you get in the slot, you've got to earn what you get. The All-Stars again throwing it right back out in front. They get the shot to the left side. Comes off the boards right out in front. Nick makes one save. Can't get the other. I'm not sure that didn't go in the 5-hole as Palmater just pushed it by him. I think watch the puck come off the dasher boards behind Nick Bertuzzi and bounces right out in front. There's the first shot. And finally the fire puck trickles in between the legs of Nick.
Now the forecheck. Pass out right point. Billick, a shot, save, rebound. Flipped just wide by Manning. Puck loose and dug out by the Checkers. Out of the zone it goes. On it is Hoffman. Cross to Billick. Now Colin Miller, left side. Palmater, he just scored for the Stars. It's 6-4. Miller at the right point for the All-Stars. Rolls it along, and Bertuzzi will drop it along for Justin Gould. Puck lifted out. Connick chases, but on it is Jablonski. That's it left wing side. Now Metropolis dropped it in the slot. J.F. Obey is there for the Checkers. Drop pass. Connick had to retrace his steps. Gould flips it along, and no icing. Allen will come out of the net and play it for Rob Dumas. 6th year in the East Coast League. Rob Dumas, along with goes Roy. stepping in, but outside was Jablonski. And play is whistled down with the Checkers leading now by 2 goals.
A little more difficult for the Checkers now, Dan, to do much in the neutral zone. Good passing, a little better chemistry for the All-Stars. The defensemen are getting out a little quicker. They're making that one crisp pass ahead to a crossing linesman. And, of course, that's been the key. The All-Stars putting some pressure on him now. The Checkers will make a change as Kenny Shepard, who is on contract with New York down from Binghamton, will step and go. Kenny, along with Nick, share the goaltending duties for the Checkers on the chase run last year, as Nick will sit down, and right now giving up 4 goals, which means he made a total of 18 saves before he sits down. Shepard, by the way, was the man that was in that Game 5 I mentioned earlier against South Carolina, and he came on several occasions. He also got injured a couple of times inside a couple of games, and Nick had to come in as a fireman, so he had quite a association going, and that was one of the reasons right there that they'd won. Kenny's come down 3-3, his record so far since coming down from Binghamton to the Checkers.
You talked about his play in the playoffs. He was 6-1 last year in the playoffs. Obviously came up very large when it counted most. 6-4, the Checkers lead the East Coast League All-Stars. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith and Mark Miller. Noren is in for the Checkers. A drive from the slot. That one deflected wide. Balasevic battles. Now the puck is rolled along by Ross of the Stars. Stolen away by Skirov, looking for Ross. Ross couldn't cut it in front. And the puck is played back along by Broso of the Checkers. Battle for it. Pretty strong forechecking going on by the Stars, but the Checkers again able to dig it out. No icing. Balasevic will track it down for the Stars. We're past the midway point of the hockey game. Checkers up by 2. Beskirov for the All-Star. He's from Huntington. Now right wing side. Balasevic trying to play it along. Taylor battles there, but the puck is regained by the Checkers and headmanned out of the zone by Ellick. Right wing side it goes. Matani swings it wide, throws it in front. Bolton couldn't get the stick on it. Played back down low. Matani bouncing puck in the right corner. Drops it along from Moulton. He has the last Checker goal. Matani chases. Puck out high, shot from the point. Deflected up into the seats right below us here. And play again whistled down. Well, you heard Rick Adams say that, Sam, you're heading to New Orleans next year. Not a bad place to be, as we've gotten about 10,000 shots from Bourbon Street this week.
You know, the nice things about playing, they'll actually play in the Cajun Dome at Lafayette, Louisiana. And when they have the situation there is the fact that they're leading the league, averaging over 11,000. And one of the things also the people in Louisiana like to see is a little rougher play. They might have to look for the guys with the most penalty minutes for the All-Star game next year going to Lafayette.
Gladney up the left side for the Stars, dumping it in. Out of the net is Shepard to play it around for Charlotte. Kept in by Phelps at the right point. Now it's out to center ice. Loose and picked up by Gladney. He's in for the Stars. Drop pass right wing side. The drive by Chudchikov. Saved by Shepard. Rebound cleared. Now Phelps throws it in front. Steered away by Shepard. On it and clearing it out to the neutral zone was Mickey Ellick. Loose puck at center ice. And wristed into the zone by Matani, who's had an excellent game with a pair of goals thus far in this one. Neutral zone, the Stars on it. Elder for Brown. Now on the right wing side. Picked up by Gladney, who throws it down low. And it's spun back around by Rapana, just back off the injured list for Charlotte. 8:03 to go in the second period. Charlotte is in. Kenny. Puck is picked up by Daniels. Gladney is there, and he'll roll it along. Palmater stepping in, left wing side. Has a man in front, and Miller couldn't handle that hard, high pass. Puck is played back along the end boards. Out of the net is Shepard. Bounces one along, and Curtin tries to head man for Connick, who couldn't collect. And Daniels will turn for the Checker. Puck is dropped in by Jay Kenny of Charlotte. Back to get it is Hoffman of the Raleigh Ice Cap and the East Coast All-Stars. Miller at center. And that's whistled down at the neutral zone, and we will be right back. Checkers by 2, second period. This is Foxstone production coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
famous verse in Bengals history. In 1967, Coach Paul Brown is awarded an expansion team, the Bengals. In 1968, Paul Robinson reaches 1,000 yards as the first Bengals cheer him on. In 1982's historic Freezer Bowl, the Bengals win takes the team to the Super Bowl for the very first time. In the year 2000, Cincinnati's first fan could be you. Own your piece of the jungle. Call 241-2221.
Grab your seat on board this season's wild ride to radical snowboard action. The top talent from around the world will bring you down the mountain and across the globe to the finest conditions you can ever dream of. You'll be turned around and blown away by steep Alaska, radical New Zealand, and Fiji Barrows. And that's just a taste of where you'll ride, fly, and die with Board Wild.
Welcome back to Independence Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. Mark Miller alongside me is Andy Van Helleman, the man who refereed more regular season and playoff games than anybody in the National Hockey League, and now is the Vice President of the ECHL Director of Hockey Operations. And Andy, you know, one of the chief things you obviously do in all your years of officiating is work with the young referees. Part of the development of this league is not only for players, but for officials.
Very much so, and we've got some good quality young people that want to move ahead, and this league can only be better for it.
Now, with the work you do in officials, obviously you can't be at every game. Are you spending a lot of time watching film and things of that nature?
I am, and I also have the officials call me on a regular basis should they have problems, that we can deal with it and move forward rather than let it linger and not get the right answer. So things have improved. The players have got to be congratulated. They're keeping their sticks down. They're playing hockey, and they're developing, and that's what they're here for.
A lot of folks on hand, scouts from the AHL, the IHL, and National Hockey League. Has it been fun for you to kind of show off now what your hand stamp is on the ECHL?
Yes, it is, and it's a great game tonight. The players are playing, and fans are enjoying it. The entertainment value is great, and it's just a great place to be. This league's growing, and I feel fortunate to be in the right spot at the right time.
You stepped away from officiating. Was that one of the harder things you had to do?
I was fortunate, 25 years, and I just felt that I had my day in the sun, let somebody else move in and enjoy as much good times and games as I had.
The growth of this league has been phenomenal, and we hope that you coming to this league brings even added success to the ECHL. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's go back up to Dan with game action.
Hey, thanks, Mark, and thanks to Andy Van Helleman. We saw a goal waved off, Sam, an apparent goal by Colin Miller because the net had been moved off the pins, and it would have brought the Stars to within one. It remains 6-4 in favor of Charlotte with 6:25 to go here in the second period, and the All-Stars have come to life. Metropolitan of the Pensacola Ice Pilot. Now it's Jablonski who has a goal in this one. Forechecking pretty vigorously here.
That's a little matchup, of course. Jablonski coming down from Roanoke against the Checkers. Big rivalry, so you can expect that one to heat up before the night's over.
Shot wide by Dumas. Battle for it left forward. This game has picked up in the intensity department. Right side shot and a glove save by Shepard, who made it look easy on the one-timer by Darren Maloney.
You know, last night at the All-Star Banquet, outstanding comedian by the name of Steve Bridges, and one of the guys that he was kind of pointing most of his remarks for and getting great response was Kenny Shepard. You talk about great responses, the All-Stars again keep that pressure on after Vitucci withstood 18 saves. Now Kenny Shepard comes up. Look what I got. He got a glove save. That one was heading for the roof.
With that electric orange uniform we were talking about.
Wow. Which glows more, the fire puck or those uniforms? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but these sunglasses, I didn't get the strongest ones I should have. Puck is thrown in front and tipped wide by Bashkirov. And out come the Checkers. Bouncing puck, neutral zone. Bolton tried to steer it along, but Bashkirov had it for Velicevic. And the Stars are in. That's Ross. Throwing it in front, and Velicevic couldn't get the tip redirected toward the net. Back out, neutral zone. Shoveled along. Robbins trying to step it in. Drop pass. Obey shot. Save. Rebound is loose. And Bashkirov will skate it away for the Stars. He'll flip it along. Left wing side. Taylor had slowed down. Now chases the puck. 5:09 to go. Second period. Checkers by 2. Puck is cleared out of the zone by the Checkers. And this will be an icing call. And back to pick it up is Brady. And step it out with just under 5 to go here in the second period. Checkers by 2. East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. We'll be right back.
I'm so tired of waiting, for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Because your business can send you practically anywhere at a moment's notice, we offer nearly 5,000 flights a day.
The Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game has been all we forecast, with right now the Checkers leading by 2. They almost got another goal. Watch as Matty Robbins has a beautiful back pass, and coming to J.F. Obey. That's called chemistry. A save is made by Sandy Allen, and look at the defenseman on the doorstep to finally help him get it away, as Allen could never clean it up. That is called superb play in the crease for the All-Stars.
It's Kimmy Daniels in from Mitani. Rapana threw it wide as he spun. Curtin has it right side for the Checkers. Dropping it along. Mitani's there. In turn, Daniels. It's cycling here by the Checkers. Puck is forced back down low. Kenny's drive to the left point. Knuckled in on Allen, who steered it away. Curtin chases. Chunchikov finds Chris Phelps. And Phelps to Elders, who tips it back through center. Kenny hustles back for the Checkers. He lifts it back along neutral zone. Curtin looking to step it in. Couldn't do it. On it is Jason Glavy of Toledo. And he'll drop it in out of the net. Is Shepard for Charlotte. 4 minutes exactly left here in the second period. Checkers lead at 6-4. Stars centering its attempt was blocked back behind the net. Chunchikov in front. Tough angle shot. Save, rebound. And out come the Checkers. Kimby Daniels. Left wing pass for Curtin, but Curtin a half stride offside, and that'll slow it down.
Anytime you come to the neutral zone, one of the things John Marks really has tried to emphasize is spacing. Checkers never got that. 2, Daniels on one side, and of course on the other side was Curtin, and they never got any kind of spacing. Daniel could not work back to the middle. Curtin did not make the crisscross, and when they did, neither one of them knew when the puck was coming in. That's the offsides against the Checkers.
6-4, 3:40 to go, second period. Charlotte with the lead. Hoffman's getting it through center. Swinging wide, looking for the backhand shot. Save, rebound. Was poke checked away, and a good defensive play by Broso. And the Checkers. Kurt Sayer lifts it out of the zone. Broso is there at the offensive line, but Hoffman intervenes. Sean Wheeler picks it up for Charlotte. He's in left wing side to drive, and that one whistled around the glass. Broso dropped it back down low. Wheeler chases. Billick is there. Couldn't clear the zone. Broso's shot was blocked down. Broso still on it. Good job of stick handling it down low for Wheeler. And Charlotte continues on the attack, leading it by a pair. 2:58 to go here in the second period. The Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game as offside called on Charlotte. Intentional offside. Intentional offside. That'll bring it back to the Charlotte zone, and there's Sal Lombardi nervously chewing away. I mean, is he into this team or what? His hair is black and orange, and something on the back of his head, too, if he can turn around for us. I think he's a walking billboard there.
He is for Nike, and of course, they furnish a lot of the equipment around the East Coast Hockey League. And again, Sal has also got tattoos all over his body, including the champions of the East Coast Hockey League on his left thigh, and he got that in Jacksonville right after they won the title.
When you paused there, I thought we were going to have to hit the delay button. Sal Lombardi, the head trainer of the Charlotte Checkers. That's where we are, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City at Independence Arena. What a beautiful day today, spring-like day, and a great game we've seen so far. Jablonski throws it in, it bounces past Shepard. Stars have forechecked well in this second period after falling behind by 3. They've cut it to 2 and thought they had cut it within 1 on the goal that was ultimately disallowed. Maloney taps it ahead for Dumas. Now right wing side, that's Eric Royal of Wheeling. Left side, Metropolitan. Now Dumas, tough angle shot. Save, rebound. Loose and somehow rolled wide. Good forechecking continues by the Stars. Jablonski reverses direction, still on the puck. Metropolitan has it. Looking left side, Gladney shot it wide. On the nice feed, or check that, it was Maloney that shot it wide on the nice feed from Metropolitan. And the Stars sent it back in offside, so you know, you're looking at a 6-4 Charlotte lead, but you're sensing the momentum maybe swinging the other way right now.
It could very well be, and of course, I hate to keep harping on a single word of chemistry, but you're starting to see it more and more with the All-Stars. They're starting to recognize where the other player is, and they reach a blue line, they crisscross, boom, it's right on top of Kenny Shepard, who has risen to the occasion again to turn away 7 shots so far. But again, the chemistry of the All-Stars is there. The Checkers, we knew it would be there. I'd tell you what, the last 20 minutes of this game could really be a good one in that third period.
Is loose. Valisevic has it deep in his own zone for Brady. The Stars in their red, white, and blue, very patriotic outfit. Out of Taylor it goes. Left side, Bashkirov. Stolen away, redirected out neutral zone. Lance Brady is there. Brady of the Birmingham Bulls. Bashkirov and Kenny battle at center. Valisevic tried to pick it up, but in is Kenny's shot, and he whistled that one wide on the glove side. Kenny again behind, looking for the hat trick. Rolls it in front. Noren couldn't get the shot away. Curtin is there. Flips one in front, and it's gloved on the deflection by Sandy Allen, who holds on. Sam, we've talked repeatedly tonight about the success of the East Coast Hockey League, the proliferation of teams and the popularity of teams. A lot of it has been regionalized here in the South. To what do you attribute that? Why is hockey so popular at this level in the South as we look at the big shot by Matani?
I think the one thing that a lot of people thought caused it early on was so many people from the Northeast are coming down and relocating in what is called the Sun Belt. Now the educated hockey fans, they don't know everything there is about it, but they're learning more and more. They really like the excitement of the game. I think that's the big growth. Hockey fans in the North come down, educating those in the South, and that's why the growth is so good, I believe.
It's the Stars forechecking, but on it is Kenny for the Checkers, the defending Riley Cup champs. Puck dropped back in, and Gould has it for Charlotte. Able to bank it off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Brady was able to thwart the rushing attempt of Connick, and Taylor's in for the Stars. Left side, Brady to drive, and steered away by Shepard, who got that with the stick, and the puck is iced by the Checkers, but Daniels would have gotten there, so Allen has to play it. Albroso kept it in. Valisevic. Headman's at center, and they're going to wave off the icing. It's out to play it as Shepard. Nearly got caught out of position, and that ends the second period as the Stars continue the pressure. But the Checkers continue to lead by 2. It's the defending Riley Cup champion Charlotte Checkers 6 and the All-Stars 4. This is the Bud Ice All-Star Game Boston production coverage of East Coast Hockey League action. We'll be back after this timeout.
Do you crave excitement, heart-stopping chases, gritty realism, spectacular action? Then you've just got to own Real Cops, America's Warriors. Don't be fooled. This video is no TV show. It's the real thing, and it's not available in stores. With scenes so graphic, you'll never see them on TV. You'll see them run, but they can't hide from Real Cops, America's Warriors. Phone now to get a second action-packed video, Cops on Mean Streets, for free. So if you love action, call toll-free 1-888-267-7562 to get Real Cops, America's Warriors for only $19.95. Plus, you'll get Cops on Mean Streets, a second full-length action-packed cop video for free. Call toll-free 1-888-267-7562 now. That's 1-888-267-7562. Call now.
safety structure cell, triple seal doors, side intrusion beams, and crumple zones. No, these aren't terms used to describe the safety advantages of the M1A2 tank. They're all part of the #1 selling Ford Taurus at your best quality Ford dealer, where there's more to afford. What's the hurry? Where's everyone rushing off to? Their best quality Ford dealer to get a great deal on a hot new Ford Taurus. Available for a limited time with $1,000 cash back. What are you waiting for? Jet on over to your best quality Ford dealer today.
Your calendar is filling up every weeknight with people who make you laugh.
Make you scream.
And make your day.
Each weeknight on A&E, there are people with new ideas.
New deals.
And deal makers.
You can spend your time with beautiful people.
Electric personalities.
Even famous electricians.
For a nightly date that's good for the soul.
Turn to Biography with host Karen Stone. Saturdays at 8, 7 Central on A&E. It's time well spent with Continental Cablevision.
Welcome back to the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. You see the score there after 2 periods of play. It's the Charlotte Checkers leading the ECHL All-Stars 6-4. Mark Miller here with you during this intermission, talking with Chris Phelps, who you see now, and Chris Phelps was the winner of not only the hardest shot competition, but the fastest skater, so you come out with a little bit of hardware in some of the extracurriculars during the game.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I feel very blessed to get that. And, it was a lot of fun out there. Everybody's playing hard, and Charlotte's really coming out. They're really they're finishing a lot of their checks, kind of surprised, but it's good. We're having a lot of fun.
Now, with the different format out there, one of the things that we've kind of made a point of all night is the team chemistry that Charlotte has from playing together all the time as the games progress. It looks like the All-Stars are starting to find out where their teammates are and are starting to gel a little bit.
Yeah, that's one of the big advantages that they do have is that they know where everyone's going to be. They have a system that they play in the offense and defensive zone, and we don't really have much of a system. We just kind of out there having fun, get the puck out as quick as you can, try and cycle, get a shot on net.
Now, you're one of the players in the East Coast Hockey League that's made that jump back and forth between the AHL and the East Coast Hockey League, spending a good bit of time this year in Portland. What do you think that the advantage that you folks have tonight? Because there's so many scouts. Is that something you're aware of all the gentlemen here watching you play?
I think it's back in your mind. I mean, coming off Hampton Roads, there's so many talented guys that could have made it, and I feel very fortunate to be here. So, of course, I want to do the best. -2 tonight doesn't help, but I guess it's one of them games. There are not a lot of calls being made and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's always in the back of your mind. You always want to perform well in a situation like this. I mean, they pick one guy from every team instead of having 2 teams this year. So you do try and come out and play to your top game. So maybe by chance someone does notice you and you get a contract for next year or call up.
Do you think that the intensity in this All-Star game is more than what you expected?
A little bit, yeah. Early on, it was kind of laid back. We were kind of laid back, but Charlotte come out, and I think my first shift, I got hit 4 times there. So, yeah, it did pick up a little bit, and we picked it up at the end of that period. So, hopefully we'll come out in the 3rd period, put a good period together, and walk away with a victory.
Well, he won the fastest skater competition. He won the hardest shot. Hopefully he can get his team going in the 3rd period. Best of luck.
Thank you. I'd like to say hi to my wife, my daughter, and my mom and dad out there. Hi, everybody, and I love you. God bless you.
There's the score. It's the Charlotte Checkers 6, ECHL All-Stars 4.
Onward and upward, never looking down. All the risks are known. And though some may falter, one thing will never change. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. When it comes to investing, it's important to gain as much as you can. And these days, very few investments offer the gains that government-regulated exchange-traded options offer. Call Universal Commodities Corporation and discover how an investment of $5,000 in heating oil could turn into over $20,000 in less than 12 months. Take the step upward and call to receive a complete investment kit that answers the most commonly asked questions about commodities exchange-traded options as an investment. There is no cost or obligation, so call now for your free information kit and pull yourself to the top this year.
You love NBA action?
Then come on out to the NBA Jam Session presented by Fleer, February 6th through the 9th at the Convention Center. Check out the NBA Rookie Practice or Slam Jam on specially designed baskets. You can even go one-on-one with virtual reality. This event's been sold out every year, so buy your tickets early. Call Ticketmaster or for more information, call 216-575-6JAM. Adult admission $10 in advance, more at the door. Senior citizens and kids 10 and under, $6.
Come play with the NBA at Jam Session. See you there.
Here it comes.
The old tax booklet.
Let's get busy.
I'm ready. You got chewed up last year.
Here's a new twist.
He's going to file his taxes.
By phone? What, no forms to mail?
I hate this.
We're finished.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
Telefile from the IRS. Watch for your booklet in the mail. It's free, it's fast, it works.
Good point. There's always a crossword puzzle.
Well, it's the Checkers by 2 after 2, but stay put. I think we're going to see some more of the Stars' momentum maybe in this third period. Chris Phelps, I think, said it very eloquently, said a little more finishing of checks than maybe I expected. Sam Smith as we return everyone to the Independence Arena. I'm Dan Kamal, and it's been a very entertaining game. I'm looking forward to the third period.
I think the fact that Chris Phelps plays for Hampton Roads, they're in the East Division with the Charlotte Checkers. He knows them by heart. They've been up and down this ice many times. And again, he may have been a little surprised because he's played in all-star games before. When you come out, yeah, you'll brush people, but you won't finish checks. And I would imagine, I'd say Rick Vive, who's the coach right now along with Roger Nielsen in an all-star lineup. And Rick Vive right now is saying, fellas, we're down 2-0 to the team that is not playing all that well. Yes, they're the defending champions, but it's a different team. Now the pride factor comes in. Intensity, a little more defense, and you'll see that chemistry I mentioned is coming back in the second period for the All-Stars. Going to intensify. Checkers got to play well. The All-Stars can really come and blow by them if they don't.
Now, the Stars did come back and tie it in that second period, but then it was the Checkers that ran off 3 in a row. Let's look at the highlights here of the second period.
Well, Eric Royal turned out to be the man that tied the game at 3-3. You see the rush by the All-Stars. They're getting it in very deep without getting any contact. They throw it out in front, and again, Royal with a redirect sends it right by Nick Patusi to make it 3-3. Checkers waste a little time getting it back up ice, and a great feed from Norn to Matani. Matani with his second goal of the night results in a lead for the Checkers. Checkers came right back with another one. Look at this one out in front, and a shot put right on goal, and David Brousseau comes up with his second goal in the All-Star game for the Checkers. Eric Bolton finally gets one loose. A chip out right out in front. He's got the breakaway, takes it to the forehand, and goes back to the short side, and the Checkers led 6-3. Mike Palmater would catch a good break after the Checkers had celebrated, and he gets one off the dasher board, and the All-Stars would pick up their fourth goal. Look at it bounce out in front. One shot, two shots, and finally buries it. It trickled between the legs of Kenny Shepard, and that's the way it ended, 6-4 after 2 periods.
And we're coming back with more of the Bud Ice ECHL All-Star game. 6-4 Checkers after 2. We're back after this timeout.
Some of your best ideas happen up here with us.
Oh no, I forgot Valentine's Day!
Don't panic. A dozen red roses are always the perfect gift. That is, if they didn't drop dead in days and cost over $60. This year, give her beautiful silk roses that last a lifetime. Forever Roses for only $19.95. She'll be delighted when Forever Roses are delivered right to her door in a florist box filled with a dozen of the finest silk roses wrapped with baby's breath and a personalized greeting card, all for just $19.95. But wait, call today and we'll include a second dozen absolutely free. That's 2 dozen long stem roses handcrafted from the finest silk to stay as beautiful as the day you sent them. Just call this toll-free number now to send Forever Roses for only $19.95. And we guarantee delivery for Valentine's Day. Call now and have your credit card or personal check ready. Sorry, no mail-in or COD orders accepted, but supplies are limited. So to order for this Valentine's Day, you must call right now.
Call 1-800-315-4554.
I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Because your business can send you practically anywhere at a moment's notice. We offer nearly 5,000 flights a day.
The defending Riley Cup champion Charlotte Checkers leading the East Coast Hockey League All-Stars 6-4 after 2 as we welcome you back to the Bud Ice ECHL All-Star game. Adams Mark Hotel in downtown Charlotte, the ECHL headquarters this week, and what a great time we had. You'll find the best, the past, and present in each Adams Mark Hotel, the warmth and charm of the Grand Hotels with the comfort and efficiency of the most modern. The 18 Adams Mark Hotels and Resorts are well known across the country for their excellence in service and attention to detail. Each hotel can boast several awards, with many receiving AAA 4-Diamond Meetings and Conventions Gold Key, Mobile Travel Guide, and other awards. Additionally, the hotels feature a variety of quality restaurants, nightclubs, and entertainment outlets that have become favorites with business travelers, vacationers, and the local community. For reservations, call 1-800-444-ADAMS. While the shots on goal, a little different in that period, and goaltending really came to the forefront, Sam.
19 shots on goal in the period, 30 for the game now for the All-Stars, only 8 for the Checkers. It emphasizes one thing: Checkers are not able to play him through the neutral zone as well as they did early on. The saves, you see the Checkers rose up bigly there with Nick Vitucci along with Kenny Shepard. And again, look at the face-offs. Remember, the Checkers won them 10-9, 10-8 in the first period, 16-6 face-offs. And again, no penalties so far here in the second period.
But where it counts the most, it's the Checkers on top, 6-4. We're coming back with the final chapter of this one after this timeout. This is the ECHL All-Star Game.
I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Here it is, the no-holds-barred world of military aviation, the way you'd expect it with the challenge of Flight 97. More close calls, more true stories, more incredible footage, exclusively here, not sold in stores. See what works and what doesn't, with all the facts, all the information, all the details. Fly low and slow over a carrier deck, wheels up with nowhere to go, missiles on target, bombs gone wild. See the triumphs, the tragedies, and the final seconds when all that's left is the ejection seat. Call now and join tens of thousands who own a series unlike any you've ever seen before. The Challenge of Flight 97. Own it. Enjoy it. Do it now.
Order the Challenge of Flight preview for only $5 and receive a free pair of aviator sunglasses. Other tapes will follow about every 4 weeks. You may cancel at any time or return any tape for a full refund. Call 1-800-354-0099. That's 1-800-354-0099.
I'm so tired of waiting, tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Charlotte by 2, getting set for the third period here as Chubby entertains the crowd. That's Chubby Checker, of course, the mascot of the Charlotte Checkers. Mark Miller's downstairs standing by. Mark?
Thank stand, talked to Rick Vive as he'd come out. Pretty happy with the performance of his club. Some hot goaltending has been the key, obviously, for Charlotte. He told his team just more of the same and focus on having fun. That's the purpose of the whole game.
Yeah, the All-Stars certainly came back, and they looked like they were having fun in that second period. You know, you wonder how big that goal is ultimately going to be, the one that was called back off the stick of Colin Miller.
It was a big time. It was a crucial time in the fact that Checkers had just banged in a couple of quick ones. And, of course, the All-Star says, whoop, wait a minute, this is getting out a little hand. And they finally got that one. Obviously, it would be a 6-5 game rather than 6-4. But it was a crucial point. Nobody on the All-Star team had any arguments over it, so no problems with the call. But, again, good point taken. That could have been a very key goal before this is over.
Ken Shepard getting set for what may be an onslaught here as the All-Stars with a big edge in shots on goal in that second period. As Sam mentioned, it's 30-20 now in that department in favor of the All-Stars, but the Checkers lead it. You know, also, Sam, I mean, you're looking at the midpoint of the season. The Checkers, you know, by your standards, haven't had quite the year they had last year, but nevertheless have had a pretty solid year. But if they are feeling any less about themselves than they may want to feel, then a game like this, a win, could really propel them in the second half psychologically.
You know, they, of course, have had two big goals from Matani and Broso, but I'd say two other players that have been well received here. Certainly we knew that Sean Wheeler would make an impact. He hasn't scored. But I'd say what Connick coming down has also had a little kind of lilt in their step, so to speak. And if he stays down with the Charlotte Checkers, and if Wheeler does indeed stay activated, Charlotte Checkers have picked up two big players for another run after the All-Star game.
Here we go. It's Dumas for the Stars, ahead to Royal. Puck loose and back out to center. Norin picks it up for the Checkers. Has the man breaking right wing side. Now the centering pass by Rousseau was stolen away, and the Stars are in. Jablonski had a man right side. It's deflected away from Metropolitan. He still has it, though. Looking at center one. He did. And then Royal tried to find Jablonski. Dumas shovels one. It's loose left side. Picked up by Rousseau, and he'll start it back for Charlotte. 6-4 Checkers lead. East Coast Hockey League All-Star game, and that one is offside.
And reflecting back to, of course, the loose puck that the Checkers lost on a 3-2 rush. Of course, a little overpassing that time. That's one of the faults of the Charlotte Checkers that John Marks has indicated. Not going to score unless you shoot. Put it on goal. You got two guys rushing the slot. You may get a rebound if the goaltender kicks it out in front. So put it on goal. Take your best shot, and maybe the percentage will be with you, and that's exactly what Bolton didn't do. All-Stars got a pretty good rush going the other way.
Face-off just outside the offensive line of the Checkers. And Alec has it for Charlotte. Flips one in, and Lance Brady will track it down for the Stars. Charlotte by 2, early third period. Dan Kamal with Sam Smith, the voice of the Checkers, and Mark Miller with us as well tonight, the voice of the Raleigh Ice Captains. Puck is kept in. Shot tipped up, and it's in the net! On the crossbar and down behind him and deflected in. What a goal.
Oh, my. Shepard thought he had it. He reached up. It kind of trickled off his shoulder and finally goes in. Good effort by the All-Stars to hold this puck in. They put it on goal. He was knocked down out in front, redirected, and there you saw it going off the crossbar. Shep thought he had it. Trickle right behind him. One of those fluke goals for the All-Stars, but there's the one that could be a real key goal of this one to make it 6-5 now.
It was Biskirov just flipping one from the blue line, and it deflects in off Shepard. It's 6-5. Puck is rolled in on Allen. Now Valasevic has it for the Stars. Puck is shoveled along, and it's cleared out by Taylor for Ross. Ross is in left wing side, has a man breaking towards the net, throws it in front, tipped away on a good poke check by Shepard, the goaltender. Now it's Kevin Rapano out of the University of North Dakota, circling back for the Checkers. Rapano gives it up for Alec. Alec slides one along too far for either Obey or Robbins. And it's Rapana again. This time it goes to Kenny, weaving his way through the neutral zone and dumps it along. We're 2 minutes into the third period, a one-goal hockey game. And the Stars on the attack. Taylor in front, a long shot, score! And we are tied at 6. Mike Taylor was allowed to cruise from his right side, cut it right in front, and wasn't checked at all on the play, and he slid it by.
Well, Dan, you called it exactly right. Nobody put any body on him. Watch as they take it in deep. Again, this is Taylor. There's where the check should have been made, and finally Taylor gets it across, and when he gets to that slot, Kenny Shepard doesn't have a prayer as he goes stick side low and drops it in. Again, Scott Curtin lets him just walk right by him, tried to hook him off the puck, didn't work, and again he drops it right, and that too went to the 5-hole, and it's a 6-6 game.
We are all tied up, and the Stars are really coming out right now. Curtin trying to shovel it along, couldn't do it. Chunchikov shot. That went wide. Brown shot the rebound wide. Leading scorer in the league drops it off for Chunchikov. He turns and looking to center one. It was blocked off. Centering attempt is still loose behind. Kurt Sayer has it for the Checkers and dumps it out neutral zone. Puck is picked up by the Stars. And now Deadmarsh regaining for the Checkers. Head to Matani. Connick has it left wing side. Some rather rare offensive pressure here by the Checkers, but not long. Chunchikov back for the Stars. Drops it off. Drop pass off the stick of Gladdy. No, in front, bounce a shot, and that was blocked off by Shepard. Alec has the rebound for Charlotte. 16:40 to go, third period. And Alec catching the Stars on a change. Throws it in front. Backhander. And a tough angle shot at that, and Matani couldn't slide it by as Allen got a piece of it. Matani was looking for the hat trick. Now Noren shoots it in for Charlotte. 6-6 hockey game. Kemper. But it's regained by the Stars. And out they come. It's Blair Manning. Drop pass. Miller drops it back in the slot. Manning couldn't get the shot away as he was checked well on the play. And Brosseau dumps it back along. Allen comes out of the net. And he gave it away to Noren. Noren trying to play it down low for Daniel. 4 checks. Puck picked up by Colin Miller. Hiding it ahead, looking for Manning. He was checked on the play by Brosseau. And Kenny back for Charlotte. 15:45 to go. Tied at 6, third period action. And the Stars are in. Pivoting. Palmacher. Dropping it for Kevin Hoffman. Left circle still on it. Throws it in front. Shot wide by Billy. Hoffman was spun down. And we are consistent. No calls. And back comes Daniel for Charlotte. Throws it in front. Backhander. And somehow Allen got a piece of that shot by Matani. Matani tries to center. It's loose. Daniels in front. Wrister. He scores! Kimby Daniels. And the Checkers have regained the lead.
Kimby Daniels was one of the key people that got these people on their feet last year during the championship run. You made mention that Brosseau could not get it in the first time. He slides it around the board. Who's there to pick it up? But Daniels. Daniels skates it across the middle, and if he gets it that deep in, again, he just roofed it. Got right by Allen. I'm not sure Allen ever saw the puck. Make it another different angle on. See the traffic out in front of him? I think he was looking to his right and went right up over his left shoulder for the goal, and the Checkers back to the lead again.
Kimby Daniels with the goal. It is 7-6. And Eric Royal starting it back for the Stars. He's in on a nifty play. Centers one, but right there to collect it was Bolton for Charlotte. 7-6, Checkers lead, and Bolton throws it all the way down the ice. Allen is out of the net. He'll play it. That waves off the icing. And the Checkers keep it in. Puck thrown to the side of the net. Buzzing is Obey. Puck still loose at the side. And the Stars able to roll it along as Rock. Played it now, Metropolitan on the feed too far from Jablonski. And that's icing called the other way. And we'll be back, 7-6. Boston Productions coverage of the ECHL on your regional sports network.
Safety structure cell, triple seal doors, side intrusion beams, and crumple zones. No, these aren't terms used to describe the safety advantages of the M1A2 tank. They're all part of the #1 selling Ford Taurus at your best quality Ford dealer, where there's more to a Ford. What's the hurry? Where's everyone rushing off to? Their best quality Ford dealer to get a great deal on a hot new Ford Taurus, available for a limited time with $1,000 cash back. What are you waiting for? Jet on over to your best quality Ford dealer today.
What's the matter?
Man, am not accustomed to seeing human Christmas trees in August.
It happens to the best of us,
I wish I was somebody else.
and it can bring out the worst in us.
You jealous? Jealous because your brother getting married.
Growing up is the one thing no one can teach you how to do.
Do you think I will be pretty?
I think when you fill out, you will do very well.
Alfre Woodard, Anna Paquin, The Member of the Wedding from USA Pictures, premiering Wednesday, January 29th.
6 Checkers lead it. This has been a real solid hockey game. 14:35 to go in the third period. Matt Robbins will take the draw. Good close-up look at one of the several men that can wear the title Mr. Checker. He's been a good one for this franchise. As the Stars will try to come out, the puck rolled back in on Allen, and he drops it off for Dumas. Maloney is there to spin it around, but the Checkers have found some life, Sam, on that goal by Daniel.
It looks like they're trying to do a good job of trying to hold it in, but the quickness of the All-Stars, and again, a little chemistry, being able to throw that puck around, gets it out of there, but they're offsides.
Dumas was not enamored with that call, but I think it was an accurate offside call. The Hockey Inc. headlines brought to you by Hockey Inc.
Attendance leader, Louisiana. You see the numbers. Will be at the All-Star game there next year in Lafayette, Louisiana. Louisiana Ice Skaters awarded the 1998 All-Star Game, and East Coast Hockey League largest minor pro league with 23 teams. And as you heard, Mr. Adams, there's more to come before this league is through. All brought to you by Hockey Inc. 1-800-446-2594 for your subscription. Find out about hockey in the Hockey Inc.
I'll tell you what, if you follow these leagues, you can't live without that publication. It's chock full. Balasevic has it back deep in his own zone for the Stars, and he headmans at the neutral zone. Bashkirov cuts it in, left wing side. Nice move, still on the puck, left circle, and he overskated. But he's back on it.
Remember my comment on him earlier about over-stick handling? A good example of Bashkirov. Almost created something, but said a little bit too much stick handling.
Taylor now working it. Down low, that's Ross. Behind for Bashkirov. Wrap around the 10th, blocked off. Bashkirov still on it, comes back the near side. And he tried to feed Balasevic. And they get caught. 2-on-1 break. Balasevic hustling back. Wheeler on the feed from Matani, but that didn't quite connect. And it's played back in offside by Charlotte. And intentional offside is the call. That'll bring it back down into the Charlotte zone.
Little unselfish hockey by the Charlotte Checkers, trying to give up the puck. Matani possibly taking a little bit deeper that time, and the defenseman might have had to take him deeper. Might have got to chip it back out, but again, he had an opening, fired on goal. Wheeler was really crashing that left slot.
It's 7-6. The Charlotte Checkers, the defending Riley Cup champions, and I may mention, Sam, the last of the defending Riley Cup champions, because you're renaming the cup next year, or at the end of the season.
The Commissioner Emeritus Pat Kelly, it'll be bearing his name for the start of the championship series, and the Jack Riley Cup is no more. Belongs to the Charlotte Checkers. They have officially retired it.
Elders now to Chunchikov. It's swept away. Going to be kept in, though, at the right point by Gladney. Now it's picked up by Shepard, who smothered it as Elders was there at the left wing doorstep. We're going to take a quick time out. It's 7-6 Charlotte. You're watching the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. We're back after this.
Some of your best ideas happen up here with us.
I'm so tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
7-6, Checkers lead. Third period action, 12:41 to go. Good to have you along. And it's Gladney keeping it in. Top of the slot. Wrister save. Shepard puck loose, but it's picked up by the Checkers, nearly given away by Deadmarsh. On it, though, Curtin to play it along. Kept in by the Stars and lifted up over the glass behind the net. So another stoppage here.
And one of the things people are saying, 7-6, pretty high scoring for the East Coast Hockey League. Well, it's not the highest. Last year, the North beat the South when it was 2 teams of All-Stars, 10-7. And, of course, with 12 penalty minutes last year, none tonight. I'm a little surprised at that, to be honest. Last year's game was a wild and woolly affair. Again, won by the North, 10-7.
On the season, the Checkers averaged 3.95 goals against, so certainly giving up more than they are accustomed to. Stars have it. Puck is flipped along by Phelps, who's had himself a great night. Stolen away. Noren trying to step in, but Phelps was there. And now the puck is picked up by Gladney. Slides it along, and the Stars are out. Left wing pass intended for Brown. Unable to collect, but he tracks it down. Couldn't center. It's loose. Chipped along by Phelps. Brown! Tough angle shot, right side save by Shepard, who stood his ground well at the short side post. And out goes Kimmy Daniel for Charlotte. Weaving his way through at center. And left wing side, that was offside and whistled down. What do you look for in the second half in this league?
I think there's going to be a great deal of parity, as you made mention, with everybody kind of battling each other. There's going to be some keys of people who have played a majority of their games maybe on the road or maybe at home. So you're going to see those that maybe played a few more road games, have a few more home games. They might start making some changes. But the people that are at the top right now, I think, are going to be pretty much there. 16 teams make the playoffs, and it's going to be a real battle, particularly for, I think, about the bottom 4 or 5 of that playoff series.
Hoffman weaving his way out of the zone. Now rolls it right wing side. Chasing it is Manning. Amateur is there. Now Colin Miller looking for Blair Manning. He pokes it along to the near board. Picked up by Billick. Down low, Manning drops it off for Billick. Shovels it along, but picked up by Bolton, who steered it out neutral zone. And the Stars have to clear the zone. Puck is going to be blown down on the offside called on the All-Stars with 11:08 to go here in the third period.
All-Stars, as you can plainly tell, again, that little chemistry situation of just they're back passing, they're kind of drop passing a little bit more, and they're talking a lot more. I think early on they might have just kind of been out there and say, well, I'll just kind of let this play. And all of a sudden they're talking. They're starting to call for the puck. They're moving to the right place. And that right now is boding well for them. But the Checkers, I've got to be honest with you, this may be one of the better games I've seen them play in a while, leading by 1 over the best in the league.
Hoffman left point drive at pinball and deflected off Colin Miller. Miller has it now. Centers one, and Amateur couldn't get his stick on that puck. Grosso flips it along for the Checkers. It's loose. Picked up by the Stars. Head man to Manning. He's in right wing side, but hustling back on a good back-checking effort was Rapana. And the battle continues along the near boards. Rapana. Now Manning looking to center. Wrist shot saved by Shepard off the stick of Kevin Hoffman. Shepard had to be alert there. A good, quick snapshot by Hoffman.
You know, early on you saw as the puck came into the zone there, Dan, the importance of Kevin Rapana coming back and joining the Charlotte Checkers. Good, strong defenseman, skates well. He got his feet under him. He got back. He locked up the man on the wall and really kind of prevented any kind of an advantage. The All-Stars finally freed it up, got it out in front. And again, Kenny Shepard making a good look save. Again, this was a pretty good look right out in front. And Shepard again knocks it down and then quickly comes away with it. Well, they've officially announced it a brand new All-Star record here in attendance tonight, Dan.
Yeah, over 7,000 here. Record for the East Coast Hockey League All-Star game. Sean Wheeler breaking it back for the Checkers, but poke checked off the play. And the Checkers will start it out. Wheeler, neutral zone, poke checked away, and the Stars are in. Jablonski for Royal, back to Jablonski, and he couldn't tip it home, and we have an injured Checker, and that is Kurt Sayre. Scored the opening goal in this game, and well, the one thing you never want to see is an injury, but particularly in an All-Star game.
Kurt Sayre has been one of those players that, for the most part, has been rather injury-free in his 4 years with the Charlotte Checkers. He, by the way, was the only All-Star for the Charlotte Checkers last year playing down in Tallahassee. Played 16 games with Utah, the International Hockey League. And we'll try to see where Kurt goes down here. Again, the All-Stars made a pretty good rush of this. Had an opportunity with that pass going right by Jablonski and just tried to turn on his skate, and the knee just kind of gave way. Again, maybe a little different look on it again. Again, went around. When he went down, he bumped his knee, and then when he tried to come up, it just literally gave away on him. Sal Lombardi, the trainer out there, taking a look at Kurt Sayer. Again, an outstanding defenseman for the Charlotte Checkers and one of the real leaders of this club as well.
Hopefully he's not hurt badly. We'll be back. This is the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. Checkers by 1.
Hey, tough-looking truck.
It's a new Ford F-150, and there's a lot more to it than great looks.
Like what?
Like payload and pulling power that rivals a freight train. And a standard third door that makes everything easier.
Yeah? And how about safety?
Dual airbags and side door intrusion beams. It's tougher than steel.
Now lease a new F-150 loaded with lots of options for just $258 a month for 24 months.
That's why half the trucks sold in Northeast Ohio are Ford.
We're winning Ohio
Back at the Bud Ice East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. Alongside me now is Don Maloney, one of the pro scouts for the San Jose Sharks. And Don, I know this game, we talked in the break, not the main intensity you see in a normal game, but what are you seeing of the talent pool that's out there in the ECHL?
Well, quite frankly, I've been fairly impressed. I mean, I don't think there's very few players on this club that couldn't play in the American Hockey League. The talent's there. It's been an exciting game. It's been a lot of goal scoring, a lot of action, and I'm enjoying it.
With a guy like Harry York last year or Patrick Lewin, they were both in this league a year ago, making a name for themselves in the National League. Is that one of the things you're out here to try to find maybe the next Harry York?
Well, that's exactly what happened. I mean, all of a sudden Harry York pops up in 2016 in the National Hockey League. Say, hey, where'd this guy come from? And but it's a good indication where this league's going. They have some talent here. I think they're headed in the right direction. They're a great feeder league to the American Hockey League. And now you're seeing a lot of East Coast League players get into the National Hockey League. It's a real credit to this league.
Don, thanks for coming by. Enjoy the rest of the game.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Back upstairs.
Thanks, Mark. It's Matani in for Charlotte. Now Connick is there. Puck rolled right side. Curtin taps it along. It's Charlotte by 1. 9:05 to go here in the third period. Hopefully we'll get a report on Kurt Sayer, who limped off under his own power. Jason Gould. Back for the Checkers. Ahead it goes to Curtin. He'll just shovel it along, looking to send Kenny in. That would have been offside. Puck back neutral zone. And Noren there for Charlotte, and he'll dump it in. Back is Velasevic. 8:37 to go here, third period. The Stars scored 2 quick ones early in the third to tie it, but Kimby Daniels on a strong effort gave the Checkers the lead. Velasevic. Left side. Drops it down low for Taylor. Back to Velasevic. Across looking for Brady. Little wrist shot was blocked. And Noren shoveled it along, and Daniels was offside. Daniels tried his best to stay onside, but the puck passed not nearly hard enough for him to stay onside, and it'll come back.
Kimby Daniels, again, a #1 draft choice of the Philadelphia Flyers, tore up his knee after what looked like to be a great start to a career. He's been slowly but surely working himself back in. He went up to Rochester and went over to Europe to play in a tournament at mid-season, quickly came back, and admitted he went overseas and really came back in not the greatest shape that he wanted to come back in, but now is getting back. Roger Nielsen, the associate head coach of the St. Louis Blues, behind the bench. And, of course, one of the coaches for the All-Stars tonight, along with Ricky Vibe of South Carolina.
Just saw Don Maloney. A lot of NHL presence here tonight, and over 70 players have graduated from this league and played in the National Hockey League. Chunchikov now down low, trying to move it in front. And it was Elders. It was blocked off up the slot, and out come the Checkers. Tapping it in, Deadmarsh actually blocked at center and redirected. It's Brown in left circle and couldn't get the shot away. Puck rolls behind. On it is Dedmar. Along it goes for Daniel. Nice headman pass for Bolton. One man to beat. Eric Bolton. Swung wide on a good defensive job by Phelps. Throws it left wing side. Daniels is there. Timmy Daniels from the left side at the point, and he wristed one and was steered aside by Allen. 7:13 to go here, third period. Checkers continue to lead by 1. Daniels weaving his way back towards his own line and redirects. Plays it along. Ellick trying to step it in. Daniels there. Daniels nearly steals for the good quality chance. But back come the Stars. Jablonski cuts it right, or check that. Manning cutting it right wing side. Throwing it across, and Palmature was there. Couldn't get the stick on it. Palmature now in the slot. Carries it right wing side. Flips it behind. Colin Miller for the Stars. He'll drop it along. Now back intended for Miller. Too far. Miller kept it in along the right side. Down low, Palmature is there, along with Manning. Puck is chipped along. Hoffman kept it in left point. 6.5 to play. Puck back at center. Palmature for the Stars. He'll step it in. In front, little wrister save, rebound is steered aside by Connick on the back check. Connick trying to lift it along. Curtin, good job to control out to center ice. Feeding it ahead. On it is Brosseau. Hits the brakes. Throws it back down low. Connick chasing it left corner. Hopping around. And the Stars will move it out again. Metropolitan in right wing side. Feeding it in front. Hoffman couldn't get the stick on it. Good back check again by the Checker. Metropolitan lost it. Puck is picked up by Curtin. Now behind it goes. And Kenny is hooked on the play. Should have been a penalty. Metropolitan couldn't feed it in front. It was deflected out to the neutral zone. Gonna take a little more than that, apparently, to get one drawn. But that was one that really created what could have been a great scoring chance. Stars are in. Turning back though for it's Brosseau for the Checkers. In. Right side and looking for Matani. He was knocked down and no call there. Checkers continue to battle. Noren turning right circle. Looking for Brosseau in front. Couldn't find him. Puck stolen away by Royal. Stars are in. 41-26. The shot. The Stars lead there, but the Checkers lead on the scoreboard 7-6. And was that a delay penalty coming up? No, it was deflected away. We'll take a timeout. Checkers by 1. East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game.
I'm so tired of waiting for you.
Why wait for a cold pill to start working when there's Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine? Its burst of effervescence means its strong medicine is ready to rush relief the instant you take it. So what are you waiting for? Get fast relief. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Also, rush soothing relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus hot flu and body ache formula.
Because your business can send you practically anywhere at a moment's notice, we offer nearly 5,000 flights a day.
Exactly 5 minutes to go here. And saw Ian Wallace, the referee, laughing about that call. Apparently, that puck didn't hit anything on the way over the glass. Should have been an automatic penalty, but hey, this is the All-Star game.
None called so far tonight.
That's right. The Checkers are in, leading by 1. Obey working it along the right wing side. Lance Brady shuffles it along looking for Taylor. Now the puck was thrown in front, but Chris Valasevic was there for the Stars. Ahead it goes to Beshkirov, looking to feed it in front. That pass was blocked off by Jake Dedmarsh. Along it goes to Matt Robbins. Checkers on the attack. Robbins in, trying to move it in front. Banned on the first attempt. Brady spins it around for the Stars, and out they come. Beshkirov along the right side. He's in, stepping it, pivoting, shoots, saved by Shepard. That was a tester there. Nice move by Beshkirov, stopping on the dime and leaving change. Puck loose, neutral zone. Beshkirov again. Out of Taylor. Drop pass. Check that. Shot wide by Brady, who stepped it down low. And the puck cleared back along. Beliseva kept it in right point. Now lifted out neutral zone, too far. And Gladby will track it down, but out comes Allen to play it along, and that one reflects up into the bench for another stoppage. And we'll tell you what's hot beside this hockey game. It's the ECHL League Wear. It's the hottest attire for hockey fans, and you can call 1-800-311-ECHL for more information on a full line of apparel and novelty merchandise featuring the new ECHL League logo.
You know, in addition to the ECHL logo that's going on around the league, one of the nice things about this 23-team league is so many of the team logos being seen all over the country. People are actually ordering them from outside of the Southeast. They really want to know what's happening, and some of the logos are quite attractive on some of those sweatshirts and T-shirts.
I think logos in general in pro sports have just come so far. It's Gladdy in right wing side, and his pass was blocked by Rapana on a fine defensive play. Puck shoveled along at the side, but Churchikov turnaround shot just wide, rebound in front, and Shepard was able to freeze it there. You know, I think it all started with the San Jose Sharks. We just talked to Don Maloney, and I think, you know, when they came out with that shark, that cartoon character was chomping the hockey stick, and all of a sudden the Mighty Ducks were here, and everybody started having fun with logos, and the kids love it.
Well, they got away from the tradition. We, of course, the Charlotte Checkers, a farm system club of the Boston Bruins, and associated with also the New York Rangers. And, of course, everybody's familiar with those. And as you pointed out, all of a sudden we started seeing new things. For example, the Avalanche, along with the Panthers down in Florida, when they played in the Stanley Cup. Boy, they talked about sales of those jerseys really went great. And it's continuing to be that way right now in the National Hockey League.
Puck is cleared all the way down the ice. It's a 7-6 hockey game. Checkers lead the All-Stars here with 3:08 to play in the third. Neutral zone, Broso picked it up and dropped it back for Gould. Now Broso shovels it along, chasing his Connick. He had a man in front, couldn't find McKenney. But Broso, right side shot blocked in front and cleared all the way down. This will roll in on goal, or no, it doesn't, just wide of the crease. And icing, no, it should not have been called. Chunchikov touched that puck first, but an incorrect call, and that'll bring it all the way back down into this Star zone.
He's saying, wait a minute, I skated from the center ice line, and I beat everybody there, and you're going to call an icing on that? Give me a break.
Good hustle by Chunchikov.
You know, great Chunchikov. Great job by Jason Gadney on the other end. Gadney just kind of policing out in front of Sandy Allen. And that's the earmark of a great defenseman. A 7,087 look on, a new record here for the East Coast Hockey League. And they're seeing not only outstanding play up and down the ice, defensemen helping their goaltenders. Just a great game tonight all overall.
Blair Manning sending it along neutral zone. Stars looking for the equalizer here. 2:36 to go in the third period. Colin Miller back checks. Regains for the All-Stars. Shovels it along right wing side. Palmature is in right circle. Throws it in front, and Manning couldn't collect for the shot. Now the puck rolled along and picked up by Curtin. He'll slide it for Norn. Right wing side too far for Daniels. And that should be an icing call. Back to touch is Hoffman. And that'll give the Stars the offensive zone draw. Not what you want late in a one-goal hockey game.
No, you don't. And one of the things that people have to be cognizant of here in the East Coast Hockey League, and in the All-Star game, they will, of course, go to the normal East Coast Hockey League rules. If it goes to a tie, if the All-Stars should get a score in the final 2 minutes, they go right directly to a 5-man shootout. So that's the way they will go. If the Checkers can hang on, of course, they win a huge game of the All-Stars. All-Stars would love to tie it and get in that shootout. Win, lose, or draw, the fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, I think.
It's been a very entertaining game. It really has. I echo what Don Maloney said. This has been a very high-caliber effort by both teams. Puck down low. Robbins clears it around, but not out. Hoffman kept it in. The puck pinball to the near side and going to be kept in by Billick. Down low, Robbins again. Out. Obey was able to force it out to the neutral zone. We're under the 2-minute mark remaining here in the third. Stars are back. Long shot, and Shepard gloved that one and held on with 1:47 to go here in this third period. Where the Stars scored those two quick ones, and you thought, wow, the momentum really had swung. But Kimmy Daniels was able to nullify that, and the Checkers have really, I think, responded since that goal stand and played a very strong two-way game.
Well, I think the goaltending, remember one of the keys we pointed out was going to be tempo, keep the game a little slower. Checkers have done a little bit of that early on. Goaltending was going to be a key. We didn't have to doubt the intensity after we saw about midway through the first period. Goaltending truly has been the key here for the Checkers. Vitucci early on with 18 saves. Now Shepard on 43 total shots tonight for the All-Stars. They have peppered the All-Star of the Checker goaltenders, and they right now held their own, leading 7-6.
Vitucci and Shepard have been strong. Left point shot, and a save by Shepard. That one from Rob Dumas. Puck is going to be picked up by Brosso. Dumps it out neutral zone. Dumas is there. Ahead to Metropolitan. He rolled it in, but didn't connect with anyone. Alec couldn't clear, though. Little wrister from the slot, rolled wide. That was Jablonski. Now the puck picked up by Metropolitan. Centers one. Tanny is there. To Brosso. Minute 19 to go. Brosso in, right wing side. Right circle, tough angle shot, save by Sandy Allen. Another shot on the wraparound attempt, save by Allen. Back come the Stars, 3-on-2. Hustling back is Connick. In is Jablonski. Couldn't pull it around Alec on a strong defensive play there. Puck is kept in by the Stars. Jablonski in the slot couldn't get the shot away. The net is empty to our left. Brosso couldn't clear the zone. As the puck deflected toward him. Royal forechecks for the Stars. Taylor is there. Throws it in front. Dumas couldn't get all of that shot. Now the puck, Metropolis throws it in front. Shot, save, rebound shot. Saved by Shepard. Off the stick of Jablonski. Oh, can you stand it? Metropolitan centers one. Royal couldn't get the shot away. Cleared all the way down and just wide. And this will be icing, and that'll bring it right back down. Oh, wow.
Dan, you know those little animals you put in the back of your window and the little head gut goes up and down when you kind of drive along? Shepard looked exactly that way. He looked like a pinball machine going on trying to make all these saves. Ian Walsh, the referee, actually pushed the goal back on the pins during all of that not to stop the play. Incredible action out in front of Kenny Shepard. Some great goaltending. Again, they went from side to side. There's one stop. Kicked it out in front. He sprawls for another save. Checkers were all over the top of it. Finally got it out of there. What another great performance by Kenny Shepard. The All-Stars, the best, putting the pressure on, and Shepard rises to the occasion.
And the All-Stars have taken a timeout with 23.4 seconds left as we look at Sandy Allen. Did a strong job in nets for the All-Stars from the Louisville River Frogs. Sandy Allen, second-year pro. LA third pick in 1992. There's Rick Vye. There's Roger Nielsen directing the troops there.
By the way, a pat on the back going to Bill Stone and our fine crew out in the truck tonight for their job back. A lot of men and women behind the scenes. We kind of just sit out and enjoy it. They've got to do all the work tonight here, Dan.
Yeah, Bill Bilodeau directing this one. Bill Stone producing, and the crew has done a very, very strong job. We appreciate their work. It's just been a fun game. It's been a fun 3 days here in Charlotte, Sam. The city people very hospitable, and you know, I got a chance with the Pensacola Ice Pilots when I was working with the Atlanta Knights organization that moved to Quebec and also owns the Pensacola Ice Pilots to work in Pensacola for a couple of months and get a feel for what the East Coast Hockey League is all about, and the enthusiasm, the excitement. It's very impressive, very impressive.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see how the East Coast Hockey League reacts now to the new format. The Checkers, of course, are the team challenging the All-Stars. Will they do the same in Louisiana coming up next year? Will the Louisiana Ice Skaters be the team that play the All-Star? Be interesting to see what decision they make on that. I think the format here in Charlotte certainly has been a great success tonight.
It really has, and here we go. Hold on, 23.4 seconds left. One-goal hockey game. The net is empty to our left. Charlotte leads by the score of 7-6. Taylor against Noren in the face-off circle as we look from down low. Brady going to circle the net, throws it in front. Shot blocked. Rebound cleared. Out through center. Valasevic will have to hurry. Charlotte had to get back on side and didn't do it. But with 8.9 seconds left, it would appear the Checkers are headed for a very impressive win.
Great effort that time by Sean Wheeler, the assistant coach of this man, John Marks. And Marksy apparently has been marked up on the sideline. He's getting some medication going on. Nipped his finger there. And I tell you what, you'll take that every night. As Checkers, again, having followed them all year and certainly for the last 3.5 years, this has been quite an inspired effort by John Marks' Checkers tonight against the East Coast Hockey League All-Stars, who we certainly salute for their great play.
8.9 seconds left. Stars will have to win it and make a quick move. They nearly did. They're in. Right wing side. Palmetier shot. Wide and high. It bounces around, and that'll do it. The Charlotte Checkers. That goal will not count, but the Charlotte Checkers nevertheless have defeated the East Coast Hockey League All-Stars in a very scintillating hockey game here. The score, the final score, the Checkers 7 and the All-Stars 6. And the hometown fans certainly enjoyed the format this year. It worked out extremely well for the league and for that man, John Marks. The only downside, we certainly hope that the injury to Kurt Sayre is very minor, yes, and that he'll be able to get it going in the second half of the year here. As the coaches meet at center ice, John Marks of Charlotte and Rick Vibe of the Carolina Stingrays. We'll be back with more coverage of Fox Home Productions East Coast Hockey League All-Star presentation on your regional sports network.
You are a machine, a force to be reckoned with. To keep all pistons firing, you've got to feed the machine. And the fuel you need is right here in Men's Health. Get rock-hard abs now, 6 different ways, and no sit-ups. Discover superfoods for instant energy and fat burning. Eat what you want and still lose weight. Only Men's Health delivers the latest information that talks to real guys. Like the ultimate 20-minute workout to sculpt a body that says power. Call for your free trial issue. Keep it and get a full year for $19.97. You'll also get 3 books free. 100 Ways to Burn Fat Faster, the Men's Health Guide to Intimacy, and Quick and Healthy Cooking for Men. When it comes to romance, Men's Health reveals what she really wants and shows you how to make your relationship intense and incredibly pleasant. For just $19.97. Cancel anytime and keep the free books. You're a machine. Try Men's Health today.
Why go through this every week? When you could be getting Total TV, the full-size TV magazine that's really easy to use. Total TV spotlights the best in movies for you. Plus, the Sports Index is a handy guide to all your favorite teams, and it's delivered weekly right to your home. Total TV. Everything else is not.
We are country, your family and friends. We are country, TNN. Voices from the heartland, a window to the stars. TNN, straight from the heart. Straight from the heart. We are country, TNN.
Call now.
Welcome back to the Bud Ice ECHL All-Star Game. The Charlotte Checkers in a bit of an upset, defeating the ECHL All-Stars in what was a very entertaining hockey game. Mark Miller now here alongside Roger Nielsen, the associate coach of the St. Louis Blues, who was so kind to come down and work this game tonight. What was your overall assessment of the talent out there, Roger?
Well, it was a great game, and sometimes in these all-star games, you know, the effort isn't always there. Guys are kind of going through the motions, but that wasn't the case here tonight. The players were really working hard. I know our team really wanted to win it badly, so it was a great game.
You were part of the responsibility to get Harry York in St. Louis this year. He's been a success story, unbelievable, coming from this league. Are there more guys out there that you've seen in this league that can make that jump to the NHL?
I know a lot of people think there are in both the American League, the International League, and the East Coast League. And a guy like Harry steps right in and plays. I think it's great for the league. So I think you'll find a lot more scouts, a lot more people down looking at this league now.
Roger, thanks for your time, and thanks for coaching the game.
Thank you, Mark. It was a lot of fun.
Roger Nielsen. We'll come back with Dan and Sam after we take this time out. 7-6, the Checkers win it. The Bud Ice ECHL All-Star Game.
A friend of mine told me, try America Online. I said, why? I've got a computer. He said, try it. You'll see. It's simple. Every time you sign on, welcome. It tells you if you've got mail. You've got mail. Want to send some email? Type the message, click here, and it's done. I like this. With one click, I can browse all kinds of great features on America Online. I've gotten help with my golf swing, planned my next vacation. I even get stock price updates every 15 minutes. America Online has over 100 newspapers and magazines, everything from Business Week Online to Cycle World. And I can browse them all. With America Online, you can point and click your way across the internet. And their web browser makes it easy to explore the World Wide Web. Call the toll-free number and you'll receive your free startup kit and 50 free hours to look around. It's worth a try. You'll see.
New unlimited internet and AOL for one low price. Call 1-800-964-3434.
If you're a man or a woman and didn't think there's a real solution to your hair loss problem, think again. CTR, Cosmetic Transdermal Reconstruction, the world's first non-surgical skin graft hair replacement technology. Imagine hair added directly to your scalp, only where needed, eliminating the lumps, bumps, ridges, and seams found in all other methods. All you can see or feel is hair and scalp with no daily maintenance. We're the world's leader in high-technology hair replacement with over 200 offices worldwide to serve you. Call the number on your screen right now for more information on this breakthrough technology and a complimentary copy of our brochure, Cosmetic Transdermal Reconstruction. The future belongs to you.
The Checkers win it, holding on 7-6. The league has the right to be proud of its showcase tonight, Sam.
They do indeed. By the way, Baskurov MVP, Broso offensive player, and Chris Phelps, who won everything defensive player. Need a great night for everybody in the East Coast Hockey League.
That's it from the Independence Arena in Charlotte. For Bill Bilodeau, our producer Bill Stone, for Mark Miller, for Sam Smith, I'm Dan Kamal. This has been the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game. Good night, everyone.
At the back stick, here comes Lofton, off with the stop, the ball free! Oh! Blocked by Marinero! Actor to the goal! They're crucified again! They're crucified again! But here we go. The Crucified won the game! The Crucified won the game! The Crucified is the NCAA champion! The Crucified...
You get more sports with Les on More Sports Channel and Les Levine.
What a busy night we have scheduled for tonight, so let's get going. Should we wrap it up with quickies now, Hep?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Boy, what a busy night that was. Well, Ian Price down with the Cleveland Golf Company. I'm wearing it tonight. Actually, Corey Pavin sent this to me, Hep.
Sure he did.
Corey Pavin. I got this letter from Ian Price. This is one of our huge packages in the in our mailbox, P.O. box. Les, I've noticed you frequently wear a polo/golf-styled shirt with some sort of logo. I'd be willing to bet that many of these shirts are sent to you for the exposure they receive. But this exquisite 100% cotton Cleveland golf shirt in your size is a gift for you to wear whenever you see fit. Please feel no obligation to wear this attractive 100% cotton Cleveland golf shirt during your show. I truly would just be honored if you wore this 100% cotton Cleveland golf shirt anytime at all. Again, don't feel obligated to adorn this ravishing 100% cotton Cleveland golf shirt on your next show. Not to mention the fact that this handsome 100% cotton Cleveland golf shirt would look absolutely marvelous on you.
And it does.
And it does. So I'm wearing it. We got lots of stuff at the P.O. box today.
No, you.
I got lots of stuff. Hey, I'm finally onto something, Hep. Let's
We
not
got
blow it.
what?
We're up to day 6 of the Boy Sherman Cigar Secret Word. If you say the secret word, and there you see the Cousin Cigar Company, we'll send you 6 cigars from the Cousin Cigar Company at 18th and Euclid, as well as the one on Chagrin Boulevard, and that's across from the Eaton Collection. Cigar smoking, of course, becoming bigger and bigger as the days go on. So we'll send you a total of 6. Well, in our P.O. box today, in addition to this great Cleveland golf shirt, we also have this. Now, this guy sent this to me, a picture of the Ohio State Marching Band dotting the I, and from this, I get the fact that he might have been the guy dotting the I, and that would have been in Woody Hayes' last game. December 30th, 1978, Jacksonville, Florida. It was the final game of Buckeye head coach Woody Hayes.
What's that guy's name?
Charlie Bauman was the guy
that's him.
who intercepted the pass, and Woody cold-cocked him. And a lot of people think Art Schleister had a bet on that game and threw that ball away on purpose. No, I'm serious.
Well,
remember Bruce Bogart from the, he was with our guys in the morning at one time, the Boomers?
Yes.
Seriously, he's the biggest Woody Hayes fan in the world. He's claimed for 15 years that Schleister threw that game away. Anyway, we're not supposed to, if this guy who didn't send me his name, if his wife is watching, I didn't get it from him. See, apparently this is a very valuable picture, so we'll keep it on behind us. All right, tomorrow night I'm going to be at BW3 in Parma Heights from 7 to 9. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl and anything else.
You're to be here at 9.
What?
Aren't you? Don't we normally meet an hour before the show?
Yeah, but not tomorrow. I'll be at BW3.
Okay.
In fact, you know how they have these at the demolition derbies? You can take a huge sledgehammer,
right?
And they bring a car in, and for charity, you can just smack the snot out of a car,
right?
Tomorrow night at BW3 in Parma Heights, I will be there from 7 to 9. Anybody who comes up to me with $200,000 in cash,
yes,
can take one shot at any part of my body they want for that $200,000.
What if I only have 100,000?
Right side or left side?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You can reach us on email at letstalk@sportschannel.com, letstalk@sportschannel.com. And Alf from Melmac, I don't know what that means. Alf says, oh, by the way, our question of the week is, who do you think will win and what the score will be of the Super Bowl? Who will be the MVP? And the winner will get tickets to the NBA Jam Session, brought to you by Fleer. Sidney Lowe is with us tonight. Maybe he can win tickets. Alf wants to know, how come you don't replay Friday shows on Monday?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Did they use the tape for something else?
Yeah.
Great show, Les, on Thursdays with Hal.
Signed, Hal.
Chad.
Oh,
Jeremy couldn't make it. Les, I tuned in early one night to listen to the Cavs on radio, and what I heard was Bruce Brennan's first encounter with your old buddy Mars. Brennan was speechless. Where is Mars? You know, Mars can't possibly have cable, so he can't subscribe to Sports Channel. But I guarantee you, there's got to be, he's got to have tentacles or something, some way of picking up our signal on his way to Mars. Chris from Piqua says, Sports Channel's new to our cable system. I came across the show and I enjoy it. I'm an ex-season ticket holder of the Browns. My question is, when must a decision be made whether we're going to get an expansion team or an existing team? Well, we're what, 4 minutes into the show?
Yes.
We finally got that question. We get that every night. By the way, you can pick up some of my responses by searching the website at www.sportschannel.com, and you can find out some of the responses I have. Dave in Strongsville says, how come there are no long snappers in the NFL Hall of Fame? Where's Chris Gedney when we need him?
Right.
This is a great one. You ready for this?
Yes.
Les, this is from Caleb. Our first email from a Caleb. Listen to this logic.
Okay.
The Patriots will lose the Super Bowl, or they'll win 27-17. Now, I picked 8 of the 10 games right, so I think you should listen to me.
Wow.
Either the Patriots are going to lose or they're going to win 27-17. I think you should do a show